episode 492 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for June 8th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
Well, we're at the Summer Game Fest, man. This is the time of year. Um, that's been the time of year basically for years, with big gaming events. Before this was E3. E3 has been gone for how many years now? I think we're at it's almost like I tie it with COVID. Was there an E3 post-COVID?
They tried to do it like the 1 year after COVID, and I don't remember if that one then got canceled
that's what
I think it did.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what
I don't think
think
we have had one since 2019.
So yeah. And was there a year that it didn't happen between that?
What do you mean?
Like a E3? Because I know they went smaller. They went smaller, and I was trying to think like, was there a E3 that didn't happen? Yeah, that like it's like, oh no, it might not happen, but then it still happened though. It probably still happened, just at a smaller scale.
I remember.
But yeah. So I mean, but this is Summer Game Fest really just like took it
rose out of their torch. You can say it, Dominic.
Yeah. Well, because Jeff Keighley basically did. Yeah, like he was going to start his own thing, because of things that were happening. It was some other like behind the store. We talked about it years ago. I don't remember what it was now. I know that one time stuff got stolen. What was it like? People's was it emails or something something that
it was all their personal information. It was basically doxing them, their addresses, their emails, their social security numbers. I don't know about that part, but
it was it was like there was some other stuff too, but so this is it still continues on. A lot of gamers or people just into the gaming like entertainment. They come out, see what's new out there, what's to come, and yeah, man, exciting time of year. So before we get into all that though, because this podcast is gonna be basically talking about that. As you hear this podcast, as we're recording this is before the events that happen. Well, technically, we're only going to talk about the events that happened before Saturday. Maybe a little bit of Saturday might sneak in, but it's going to be everything that happened before the Saturday of what is that? The 7th. Then next week we're going to talk about the rest. I mean, this is going to be a lot talked about. So Daniel,
I did kind of glance through a couple of those other ancillary shows, and nothing really caught my attention.
But you just don't like certain games, Daniel. It's probably big for everybody else, though.
Exactly, nerds and their coin clicks or something. I don't know. But we also like the PC gaming thing is today too. So one of the other bigger ones.
Yeah, PC. You know what? The show, I just remember people making fun of the PC gaming show when it first came on E3, like during E3, and saying, "Oh, this show, blah blah blah." And look, going strong, been going strong ever since.
Lasting longer than Ubisoft apparently, because they got nothing.
That's crazy. Exactly. A lot of those companies, a lot of those companies just stopped. They just stopped.
I mean, shoot, we don't even have an EA thing either.
Yeah, they just have their games either at other people's conferences or they have their little events every now and then. Like, well, I see like sometimes Capcom have like a thing where it say, "Oh, this is just for Resident Evil, just for Monster Hunter, and things of that nature."
Or hey, we're at Evo. These are the new characters for Street Fighter or something like that.
Yeah. All right. So before we get on that though, let's just quickly get into what we used to talk about, like in the sports. And my O's have been kicking butt lately. They came out, swept the White Sox. That was a battle for the last place American League team. As someone said in the comments, they say like, "Oh, we'll see after the series is over." They're like, "We'll see you in the American League Championship Series." That'd be crazy if that happened. The two last place teams just come up. But they swept them. Then they came out and went out west, swept Seattle, who was actually a decent team. They were number one in their division. at the time, and we took them down.
It's crazy.
I guess they're behind Houston. I don't know. Then went to the A's. We lost that first game though in the A's, and that was a close. It was a lot of missed opportunities. Looked like I was about to lose the second game to the A's as of Saturday. And we're recording on Sunday morning, but and man, I was getting pissed. I was like, oh my god, I'm up late again, watch them lose. And then, but thankfully, because like the pitcher Morton, who was doing good before, the old pitcher,
Mm.
he's been doing good recently, but then this time he started being Morton again of this year, and man, he's gonna runs. And I was like, oh my god. But nah, our offense came back strong. One thing I would say that I criticize the team is that they benched Henderson the first game of the series,
Oh,
and because they were I guess resting him, and I'm just thinking like, yo, you're in the middle of a winning streak. It's like you gotta find some of the. It's like dude
played
is
hot
young.
hand. Come on.
He's young,
Yeah.
man. I mean, come on, Kyle Ripken played every fucking game. Like just let him. It's like do it until y'all lose because yeah, just play, keep playing these guys, and yeah, and he did come in to pinch hit though, and he got walked. I mean, he broke the walk, so I was like, oh well, yeah, he did. He tried to help him out, but yeah, it just didn't come through. But yeah, I agree with somebody else says, like, why did you bench Henderson now? It's like, dude, you don't do it now. It's like why we on a winning streak. But yeah, he can't. Man, he's been hot lately. Of course, like I said before, Holiday's been coming on. Our other high pick, Adley Watchman. Oh my god, who was horrible for the first 2 months. He's been coming on. I know Cedric Mullins is hurt right now, so he'll be back soon, and we need him back because it looks like we don't got no other center fielders to play some defense. Because man, you don't know. Like I said before with the old Orioles, like I took defense for granted. Like I just thought like people would say, "Oh, it's a great defensive team." I say, "Yeah, they are," but I just think like, "Oh, they're professionals. They're supposed to do that." But till I saw like this team, like last 2 years, that and the defense was just okay, and I was like, "Oh, so they really were that good." It's in our defense. And then with Cedric Mullins not being in and having these other guys at center field, I'm seeing some balls that look. I mean, they're tough catches, but I'm like, Cedric would have got it. Like Cedric would have got that ball. He would knew where to track it. And like I was like, yeah, I need him back. It's like, look, man, offense is great. I mean, you can't even say that. See, I'll take a bad defense. It's like, oh, if they can hit the ball, I think anybody would do that. Offense is always going to be over defense, but it's not like it's the offense is that great from those guys. So it's like, oh, well, we need defense then. So I need Cedi back. But yeah, so it's been fun. It's been fun watching baseball, even though we're still low, but we're not the worst team. We actually are. Yeah, we're better than the Athletics now. So yeah, we're not even in 14th place. We're in maybe 13th place. So yeah, that's great. Out of the 15 teams in the American League, because yeah, it's 15-15 on each league. Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to anything else. I know Detroit's been doing great. They're playing against the Cubs, who is another um big time team. I don't know what the series is for that. I have to look later. I'm trying to think who's first place overall in the National League because I don't think it was the Dodgers, but I don't know. It's still early. It's nobody's like super like in the lead. I know the Yankees aren't, but I mean the Yankees are in the first place in our division, but not in the league. Yeah, Detroit is first place in the American League, and the Cubs were. I guess they had no. Yeah, they lost the first game. They won yesterday though. Um, it's the Mets. The Mets are like a half a game above the Cubs. The Dodgers are because they won 41 games. Cubs won 40. Dodgers won 38, but they lost 27. They lost 3 more games than those guys. They also played a couple more because of that early Japan games. Though I don't know. I don't feel like doing the math to make sure they even caught up. But anyway, they But yeah, so and Detroit is like first place in the American League. The next team is maybe the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees are the next team. But Detroit's played more games than Yankees because they both got 24 losses. But Detroit has 42 wins. Yankees has 39. Then you have the Stros at 36 wins and 28 losses. Um, so yeah, man. The Orioles are 26 and 37. So come on, let's get 10 games below 500. Let's finally get there. No, yes, but no, yeah. Let's get 10 games. We need to win 27. Yes. Darn, man, we lost a lot of games. Jesus Christ, man. Look at like. Here's the thing. Like one scored, we're the worst team I know in our division for one scored, like what 245, and we're the worst team with runs against. Like if you have the worst team and one scored or runs against, yes, you are a bad team. That's a bad team. Like you can't have both. Like I'm saying, yeah. Oh man, darn, we have been bad. It's ridiculous how bad we were. I hope things got better. I hope things are better from now on. Like I hope we come strong. I hope like by the time All Star break comes, we are at like either close to 500 or like a little bit above it or something. Yeah, like, I just want us to do a comeback to make it competitive for the second half of the season. All right. In other news, football news, Aaron Rodgers has found a home in Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler
Yeah.
now. Good for him. I don't know if Pittsburgh Steelers fans are happy. I honestly don't know. But maybe because I think I saw one guy saying like he doesn't like it because if Aaron Rodgers is even decent, they probably still won't be that great. But thing is, they'll be good enough to like be still 8-8 or not more like 500. Well, you can't really be 500 now; it's an odd number. But I guess whatever, like close around that,
Yeah.
close to 500, and then they'll still won't get a top pick in the draft. So they still be like mediocre to not get a top pick in the draft. So it's like they don't want that. But yeah, so he's up there. Like
I
whatever for
saw
me
one of the
because
headlines like Aaron Rodgers, the oldest active player in the NFL, gets signed, and I'm like, is he really the oldest active player? That's kind of crazy.
yeah, how old is he?
I have no idea.
Because I thought he was. Yeah, I knew he was. He's not that. He can't be that much
He's
older than us.
41.
Yeah, he's only 1 year older than me. Damn. And I'm at the age where that's old. I mean, I was been there for a while, but they were still playing. That's what I'm saying. LeBron, like Aaron Rodgers, LeBron, yeah, they're like the people who are like my age. So I was like, oh no, we're still relevant. We're still relevant in sports. Like people my age, it's not over. It's not over yet. I just remember somebody saying that like they were tied to Peyton Manning, and then it was like, oh, when he retired, he'd be like, oh man, I'm old. And I was like, oh, I didn't and see. And I was young. I was still younger. I think it was just like in my late 20s. I was like, hey, I said, man, I'm on how I'm gonna feel when that happens. And now I'm
Yeah.
here, Daniel. Now I'm here.
Yep.
It's all right. So I think that's it for sports. Oh, well, I did watch some softball. I watched a softball World Series. It was good. That first game was real good because I don't. A lot of people were talking about that because um, the pitcher of the team they were leading, but they were walking one of the batters
Hmm.
because she was sort of hot, but she wasn't pitching too far away from the strike zone. So then the girl on the fourth pitch, she swung the bat, and like this, they don't have the rules like in baseball now where they just tell them to go to the base. They still have to
Uh,
pitch. I'm curious if they're going to change those rules. Man, I don't know. But she still swung the bat and like because it was so close and she got a base hit and they got the lead. They were down by one, and then they got two men to go home, and Texas Tech lost that first game. They won the second one, though, but then It's the best out of three, but Texas won the last one, so Texas ended up winning the whole thing. Um, but yeah, I only really watched the first one. I heard the other ones because my sister had a TV on and I could hear it. But yeah, man, it was a cool series. But the girl who pitches for Texas Tech, like she got a nil, and she's like the highest paid softball player. Like she was getting paid $1 million to pitch for Texas Tech, and now she's getting paid again. I don't know if she's getting more than $1 million, but she's getting. I know she at least get another $1 million for to come another year. So good for her.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, man, that was pretty cool. I think I watched like one baseball. Well, I didn't watch a whole baseball game yet. Like in the playoffs, it's still like the early rounds, so I'm kind of like waiting because I only games I've been watching is the one that where the Orioles announcer is because he takes a break from the Orioles and goes there because he does LSU games because he graduated from LSU. Ben McDonald,
Mm.
he played for them. He had won a championship with them. Then he went to the Orioles as a pitcher. Who he was the number one. He was like a first round pick. I mean, maybe number one. I'm not sure, but he didn't pan out as well. But he was just an okay pitcher. He wasn't great, but I like the way he talks though. He talks baseball very well, man, and he seems like a cool guy. Um, so I was watching some LSU game, and I know LSU was losing the game last time I saw, but not by much. So I don't know. I know they looked like they were losing big to a team that had lost. I think they lost more games. Yeah, they lost more games than they won. They got to the postseason because they won their tournament, like their conference tournament. So they start off 5-0, but then LSU came back and beat them. But let me see, LSU, West Virginia. Yeah, I was watching those guys. Yeah. Let me see. Damn it, forget it. I don't know. Y'all look it up if y'all even care, because damn thing went to a goddamn ad. They saying I had to pay for it before I can see the goddamn score. All right. So yeah, that's all I'll be watching for sports. So anything going on wrestling?
There's lots of stuff going on in wrestling. They had the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for WWE as well as Worlds Collide before that, which was a like AAA, NXT, and WWE kind of co-sponsored event now that they own AAA, the Mexican promotion. I haven't gotten a chance to watch that. I've seen some clips from that. It looks pretty good. I've watched about half of Money in the Bank so far, up until the end of the Becky Lynch Lyra Valkyria match, which is right before the men's Money in the Bank match.
Woo!
Um,
I'm sorry.
and
Real quick. LSU did win the first game 16-9 against
16-9.
yeah,
Jeez.
West Virginia. Yeah, good God. When did they score? Because I think I watched up to like yeah, I watched up to the fourth, the first half of the fourth. It was still 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah, and then LSU scored three, and then they scored, and everybody just started scoring. I guess everybody just started scoring later, like those later innings. Because you got tired.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, so Money in the Bank so far, from what I've seen, was really good. It opened up with the women's ladder match, and that was fantastic. Naomi ended up winning that, and that should be really interesting. A lot of people were kind of saying Rhea was a shoe-in for that, and I'm glad they didn't go in that direction. There's plenty of opportunity to get her into the title picture. Most of the other women, well, it was kind of split half and half between kind of established women and women that they have just brought up from NXT, including Julia Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer. So it didn't necessarily seem like any of those three were going to win. But it was nice seeing Naomi kind of get that opportunity, because she's been around for a long time. She's a good wrestler. They put the title on her a couple of times, but I think with the heel character that she's doing right now, having that Money in the Bank should be a lot of fun. Yeah, and the Stephanie or Stephanie. The Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch match was really good too. There were some slower moments during it. It felt like maybe it was a little overly long. But in general, I think they did a really good job with that. And then there's also like a Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr., who is a AAA wrestler
The
match. That
Gone
was
Jr.
fine. Yeah,
What is he
Octagon
from?
Jr.
Is he from MMA?
No, no. Well, it's funny because like there's Octagon Jr. There's also Penta in WWE now, who used to be Pentagon Jr. Just I'm more of a Cube Jr. fan myself. Um, but yeah, the
I'm a sphere.
wrestling's
I'm a
it's
sphere. I like Sphere
sphere.
Senior.
Got no right angles. Um, yeah, so wrestling's pretty good right now. AEW also had their event. It's hard to keep track now, especially as we like kind of space out the episode sometimes. If it was like last weekend or 2 weekends ago, but that was pretty good from what I heard as well. I haven't actually been able to see that, since they still don't stream their stuff on a streaming service. Like they have deals with Amazon now, so you can buy the pay-per-view through Amazon, but it's still you have to buy every one for like $50, and that's just not happening.
Oh,
so yeah, that's
right.
been it for wrestling.
All right, so now we get to what we've been watching. So you haven't watched anything?
Nothing that warrants any discussion that I can think of.
Oh, okay. I've been checking out some movies. I've been checking out quite a few old movies. Actually, some that I didn't write up here. The Usual Suspects. I never actually watched that.
I still haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you still haven't seen it? Well, then now I can make fun of you. Yeah, because I watched it and then I said, "Oh, I hearing all these references." I was like, "Oh, so this is where Kaiser Sosan comes from." I ain't not know where it came from. And because when a guy said Kaiser Sosan, I said Kaiser Sosan. I said I heard that name before, and he said I was like,
I've heard that in every piece of media ever.
Yeah, so I had to, because first I got thinking like, is this a real person? Kaiser Soze, was he like a general or something?
Historical figure.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was good. It was a good movie, like for its time. And like just seeing those actors, man, younger, man, doing that is crazy. Then I watched because HBO Max suggests other movies, and then I saw something with what is his name? Daniel, the Hispanic guy, but
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, del Toro.
Okay.
He's in a movie with Don Cheadle called No Sudden Moves, which came out 2021, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot. I never even heard of it, honestly.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at this movie and like I don't know if I ever heard of this movie. Like the poster maybe looks kind of familiar.
So I checked it out, and that's a good movie. That was good. A movie that takes place, I think maybe during the 60s, maybe. I don't know about either 60s
like
or 70s.
1954 Detroit.
Oh, the 50s. Okay.
What they say.
So I knew it was before the civil rights movement happened, probably. And so they are they're doing this job where they're basically interrogating this man. They well, not really interrogating him, but they hold their family hostage to get these plans from that. Well, what you found out from like a motor vehicle or something like that. Like some I forgot which company, but it's one of those big Detroit car companies. Mm-hmm. And it's a real thing that this didn't happen. The whole hostage situation, at least that didn't happen. That was the fiction, but the actual like designs or something that's supposed to show like I think maybe some kind of pollution or something. I forget what it is. That is real. Like that's something that was actually
Dieselgate, Dominic.
Yeah, something that actually is,
even though they aren't in Detroit.
Because in that was like a whole thing. It's a cool like intense like yeah thriller that goes on. Like they got names in here. I mean, like Dolcito, the Toro. They got the McCalkin. Uh, the one that you always see now. And you got what's it called? Brendan Fraser is in there.
Mm,
This could have been what you call is one of his last movies. What's his name?
Ray Liotta.
Yeah, Ray Liotta. Yeah, and some other names too in there.
Yeah, just looking at this cast, I was like, "Whoa!" It's kind of crazy to not really remember this movie when it's basically like every big actor nowadays, and some
uh,
in the past.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there's quite a few movies like that, but I just think it's just not the like I said,
Nowadays,
it's not the same as the old days. Yeah,
yeah,
like you might get a cast with a whole lot of stars. It's just not known. Um, but it doesn't. Yeah, but I don't think the budgets are not like what we think. Like I don't know. Like these movies don't quite cost that much to make either. Overall, this is probably movies like where you probably are playing the actors more than anything. Um,
yeah.
so but yeah, this movie it was good. I think it had a pretty good rating on Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes too. Also watching this show called Duster. I didn't catch this week's show, but I'm just behind like one episode. It's a new series about a guy who works for this gangster basically and during the 70s. The guy is Chief David is the gangster. The guy who is the main
Okay.
character is the guy he was in Lost. He was the good looking
Okay. That's where I recognize him
dude.
from.
Yeah. White dude. And then you have this other main character who was this young black girl who I mean, if you watch The Good Wife, that's the only time I really seen her when she was young, really young, and like she was like one of the she was the main character's son's girlfriend. I remember that. Um, and this is the first role I really see her star in, and she still looks really young, like, even though she's older.
She does. She looks very
Yeah,
tiny.
yeah, and she is tiny. She is tiny. Um, and, and so, but she's good, and she's actually from Baltimore. Like she's actually from
Oh,
Baltimore. She went to
cool.
School of the Arts, and her character's from Baltimore too. So I got to say,
Mhm.
oh, we don't have to make you have an accent, so nobody can say like, oh, you said you're from Philly. No, that don't sound like a Philly accent. Something like that. But
That's close enough.
but anyway, yeah. So like he's working as almost like an informant and she got him to do that because she got him thinking that her brother was killed by the guy he's working for because his brother used to work for him too. They both worked for him. But his brother was killed. What he believed was an accident, but she was showing that it was purposely done and that he did that because he did the same thing to her father when she was young. Um, so yeah, so it's kind of a thriller in that way. It's like it's comedic stuff too that happens. I remember one time he went in there to steal like Elvis Presley's shoes for somebody at a
Oh,
party. Um, and the guy, what's the guy's name? The guy he was on Seinfeld. I mean, he talks for the guy in the wheelchair on Family Guy.
oh, Patrick
Um,
Warburton.
yeah,
It talks
he has
like
like a little
this.
yeah. He was there because he was doing a job for him, and he told him to get his shoes, get steal his shoes for him. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Like yeah, I got some serious moments when he deals with racism because she's works for the FBI. So she's like the first black woman there, and so like she has to go through all that stuff. But it's good. It's good. I really enjoy it. Um, yeah, it's a new series that just came out this year. I think it's on its fourth episode now.
Mm.
Um, and I think that's. Oh no, I watched this movie which came out some years ago, Reality, which is based off the whistleblower who gave like put out the documents about like Russia could be hacking, like Russia's getting some information or something from us that time ago,
Okay.
some years ago, and this is Sweeney is playing the girl. She stars in this. It all seems like it takes. I didn't finish it yet, but it seemed like it all takes place like in her house when the FBI are investigating her. And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not know what it was about. So I went in. Like I saw like the reviews. I was looking at reviews like from movies, so it was good. It said something about some like yeah, this person's getting I thought it was not a true story. I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm saying I thought like this wasn't based off the true story. I thought it was based off just the idea of
Right.
it, and
Like loosely based around.
Yeah, and I went in. I'm thinking this girl didn't really say. Did she really do it? I'm saying so. I'm going in totally different than what people probably did. Like they already know how it ends and stuff, And I'm just going in like, did she do it? Did she like say she probably didn't do it? And they just investigating her because this is suspicious because she did do something, but I don't think she did anything illegal. But then I looked it up, and while I was watching it, I said, let me look this up to see if this is real. And then I saw like, oh, she did do it and something like that. She she showed how I think basically how compromised they were and things of that nature. And also I think she I forgot how many years she was locked up. She wasn't locked up for long, but now she's out and she's
writing a
they
book.
just monitor her. Yeah. I think she's on some type of farm. Like her family's farm, and like they just watch, just being monitored. But yeah, she basically did that. But like, she's one of those things where a lot of people they don't. She's like almost a Snowden like in that like they don't dislike her for what she did. Like she did something that they were trying to hide and something like that, and she showed it off. And yeah, so but it's well done, and the way Sweeney played the character and stuff. But unfortunately, because like when you search for stuff, so I guess Google thinks I want to see everything about Sweeney, and I saw something I didn't want to see. I don't know if this is true because I didn't click on it, but it seemed like she's selling her own bathwater. And I'm like,
there's a soap company called Dr. Squatch, and I saw that they have like some kind of Sydney Sweeney collab or something like that, where the soap is made with her bathwater. Maybe I don't know. They're always super kind of gimmicky, but I didn't look more into this one once I saw that. I was like,
if she is, I lose all respect for her, man. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, to let your name be put on something like that.
Because you know what?
It's like streamer
and for
level stuff.
Yeah,
you're bigger than that. You're a celebrity. Also, where's my Beyonce bathwater?
Yeah, exactly. Like I hate when people say like always use that excuse of like, man, people want to buy, man, you do it. And say you don't say so everybody should just be a whore. Like that's what you're literally just fucking saying.
Makes money, yes.
Yeah. Everybody be a whore. Like
only
especially
if I want to buy that bath soap, Dominic.
I was like, that's not a fucking excuse, dude. Like, because then a lot of celebrities, why isn't every celebrity doing it then? Because a lot of people will make a whole lot of money.
They're just doing it in Japan, Dominic. You don't know. If you look at all
so
those Harrison Ford ads,
this is fucking disgusting. All right. So where I'm at here, I think that's it. That's all I watched. So I guess what we've been playing. So what you been playing, man? Well, no. Well, let me go through it because you got the big thing.
Okay.
So I've been playing some more Unicorn Overlord. I am on I got 2 continents to really go through now. I'm going through one of them, which is up the north, like where it's all snowy, and that's where the Beastros live, where the Beast people, basically.
You can't call them that, Dominic. How rude.
Oh, they call furries. They call them furries.
There you go.
That's the appropriate name. Yes. So I'm really I mess with that continent now, and I got some in my party, and they have the abilities where their abilities sharpen when it's nighttime. So because like even during the battlefield, time changes. Um, and I even noticed that and I really didn't pay attention to that. Not so much as the time changes. That is actually a time battle. Like it can actually run out of time, and I I guess you'll lose. I want to know. Yeah, I guess you'll lose. Yeah, because you didn't capture the base. But I mean, I never done that. But I saw something like say, "Oh, it was close to time running out." Because I was just messing around trying to kill every last enemy to like just level up my guy, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Oh, let me hurry up and get to the damn capture the base then." But yeah, so their abilities heighten at that time, so they become stronger at night. Like there's a an owl who's more like a mage slash not really a healer. She's I guess more because there's what's it called, like the sorceress. Yeah, she's equivalent almost like the sorceress of the human. But she does stuff like to really dispel stuff too. Also, but she also I forget what else she does. She does something. Oh, she can give you like your extra action points or I don't know what's the P stand because it's AP and PP. Um, and I forgot what PP stands for. Um, but it's something points. I don't know what it does. What the other P stands for. The first P. But anyway, which like you because you use those things as abilities because each of those things abilities are assigned to how many you have. So that helps because it keeps some people to keep fighting longer than they than normally would. And I was like, oh man, that really helps. Then you have the bear, which is like the big defense guy. Then you have the wolf, who's basically almost like a soldier like, but he's real fast. Um, then you have the fox who has a spear and she's like swift, really, like she can really dodge a lot. And then you have the lion, who that's the only one I've seen. So I'm thinking something special about him. I think it's something special about him because I haven't seen any other lion bestial. So I'm thinking like, oh, there's some story behind this. And he's just like almost he's a strong guy. I think he's strong basically all around, but not magic. I'm trying to think he might be closer to like he doesn't have a lot of defense, but he has a big offense. Basically. And yeah, he has health. Oh, what's it called? I forgot what they were called in the game, the human versions of them. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, explain that. So it creates some variety to the game. Like it's not getting stale. Like this game, I'm not getting stale because I'm doing having different abilities with these different guys. Even though I basically do have a setup where, like, I feel this setup I have, I could be anybody with almost anybody. Just depending on their level. Like they're super higher level than me, then they have a chance. But if you're like close to my level or anything, like if you're just like five above my level or something like that, man, I'm mowing you down with the setup I have. So I kind of don't use them just because it's too easy. I kind of try to use these other setups when I playing. But what else have I played? I played some more. I played some more Borderlands 3. I'm definitely having a better time I did when I first played this game because now when I was playing with Foot, I was my friend. He was we were I wasn't pay attention to the story. I was just playing the game, which is fine. I mean, the game was fun and everything, but I wasn't really listening to the story as it was going on. So now I'm sort of listening to the storyboard, and it's better than what I thought. It's still not as good as two, but it was better. Um, Also, some of the side quests they're pretty funny. Like some of the side quests I was doing, like actually that I'm now listening to what we're supposed to be doing instead of just following a point. Because what I do is that if I'm playing with people, I'm probably not paying attention to the story, so I'm just following like where it says, "Hey, go here on the map." That's all you do, because all you know, you're not gonna do anything complicated. All you do is gonna shoot people. He says so. You just know like that's it. But actually, listen to what you're trying to do. Things, yeah, it becomes like, oh, this is actually pretty hilarious. So yeah, so I was like, okay, like actually enjoying this game more playing by myself to actually be able to listen to what's actually going on in the game. Uh, but the problems with the game is that I hate that you have to keep going back to like, oh, you got this item, deliver it back to the ship. They got to go back to the load screen to get back on the ship to give it to somebody. When it's like, God, can you just like beam it up? I mean, even though I know that's sort of a thing, because I do see people just beam down. So I was like, dude, just say you take the item so I can stay on the fucking world, so I have to go back and leave. Um, so I remember, yeah, they were having issues with that. Um, also play some more of that Apollo Justice collection. I'm on the very last game, and I'm on the very last mission. Well, case of the game. But I still have the DLC that had came with it to play, so I have basically two more cases to go. Then I'm finished. Then I've been playing. Oh, I played some Gears 3 with my friends. They we were playing that and through I was playing through Xbox streaming, but the stream like it's become really bad like recently.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. It could be the connection. Like if somebody else, or if I'm got like maybe a streaming service going on, like like maybe Netflix or Hulu or whatever, that it really slows it down, even though it shouldn't, because should be fast enough to take all that in.
Right.
So, but thing is, with this T-Mobile thing, it doesn't let you prioritize uh what to use most of the power to. Like it was, yeah, to use most of like what you want to focus on actually
Your
using the data
bandwidth,
for.
basically.
Yeah, the bath, yeah. But it doesn't let you do that. It does it on its own. It just automatically does it. And it's like, well, that sucks. Um, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I forgot how many this is, but yeah, it doesn't make sense that like why it should slow that down that much. Like, I'm not that like I can understand if I'm downloading something, but like just
Yeah.
streaming a video like Netflix, that usually doesn't affect me. Before and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and Xbox just needs to make it better, really. Um, but anyway, yeah, but I did play some of that. That game still holds up because we're playing horde mode, and yeah, it still like holds up, and like that's still like the best mode. Like 4 and 5 when they start going to those whole leveling system or microtransactions and stuff. Yeah, that's it. Just ruins it. It ruins it, man. And I played some more MLB the Show, and this time I played with my player. Um, and like I played the last year. I played as a woman up there. A woman pitcher. This time I went back to being a dude, and they have it now where you play um like through your high school championship, like your playoffs really. Like you play the I guess a couple rounds before you play the championship, and then you play you could pick it, either go to college or go straight to the minors. And thing is you can still go through the draft. So I went through the draft, I got picked by the Giants, but then I chose to go to LSU. I said, Don, I'm gonna go to college. So they basically fast forward to your senior year. Well,
Mhm.
actually, maybe your junior year. They fast forward to me when I was 21. So 21, and you're playing in the playoffs. So you're playing in the college playoffs, and they have a certain amount of colleges there in the game. Basically, the real popular ones. And I played that. We won the championship, and then but you basically could choose what team you want to be on. Like I still want to be on I want to be on the Giants. So I said, I'll be, because realistically, because I was like, I can't pick the Orioles because I know Jackson Holiday's there, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to either, because I'm playing second base, and I was like,
Right.
I mean, they
I can't get
probably
a spot
fast.
against this guy.
Yeah, or they'll trade them. I don't know how I don't know what they would do, honestly. But yeah, I feel like Giants is like I can fast track to second base faster. So yeah, I got drafted by the Giants. Um and I played through some double A and they finally put me up to triple A. So now I'm in triple A. So I'm trying to and they said this, like they do this that like, hey, if you go to college, you're gonna get to the MLB faster because you have more experience and you're older. If you go straight from high school, it's gonna be harder for you to go to from there to the MLB. So I was like, yeah, I tried. I mean, I want to try playing college anyway because I was like, I never done that before. So yeah, so I've been yeah, I only played about maybe a month out, maybe or 2 months, maybe 2 months or almost 2 months of games in double A until then they put me up to triple A, and I played about a week so far of that. So I'll see how long it'll take me to get up there. It shouldn't take me long because I'm getting almost a hit of the game. It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, so I've been playing those games. So what you been playing?
All right, so I've been playing kind of the same things I've been talking about the last couple of weeks. Doom, just more of that trucking along in it. Not blowing me away, honestly. I'm having fun when I'm playing it, but there's nothing really dragging me back to it anytime I kind of step away from it. I wouldn't be surprised if I fall away as more things come out. Blueprints, on the other hand, despite what I've said about it not really respecting my time, and it absolutely doesn't. I'm still kind of intrigued to see it through. I actually had like one of my best runs over this past week. Um, kind of unlocking some other mysteries, but again, it was like I've now come across a new mystery to solve, and I haven't necessarily just gotten to that last room and seen what that has to offer. I don't know where it ends, and it's for something that initially seems so simple, and it's not a bad thing that it's far more expansive than that. It's just a bad thing that like once I find out about these mysteries, it's so hard to then go back and resolve them because of the RNG stuff, tied intrinsically into the game. Uh, so been playing those two things. This week, the Switch 2 came out. I did get one of those. Mine came in on Friday.
You're the
So
problem, Daniel. You're the problem.
why am I the problem? Because I gave Nintendo the money?
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
they just and then the other companies will say like, "Oh, look, these guys are buying this expensive." Well, it's really the games. It's not so much the
I
system
was gonna
cost than
say
that.
that's the thing, though. I mean, I think we agreed that the hardware
So,
like wasn't that bad
well,
in
but you're
in
gonna buy the
other
games,
aspects.
Dan. You got to buy games to play on the system, Daniel.
I'm playing old game. Well, that's not entirely true. Mario Kart was included, so I did get that. Before I get to that though, I like I said, I am playing old games. I booted up Link's Awakening on there because that is one of the free upgrades that is supposed to run better on the Switch 2. And let me tell you what, this is exactly the way I wanted this game to be. I am that is a game that I was very happy was coming out, and even when it came out, I was very happy with it, but I was a bit disappointed by the way it ran, so it became like one of those things where even though Link's Awakening is a game that I basically play at least once a year, I realized that that version was not gonna be the one that I play. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play the Game Boy one essentially still. And now I feel like that has changed because this game is smooth, it looks great, it runs great, and it's still doing all of the visual upgrades, obviously, that it had over the Game Boy version. So this basically feels like a no compromise version of that now, as opposed to when it came out. The filtering on it is maybe still a little unnecessary, but it doesn't bother me when it's not negatively affecting the performance of the game. So
Did you get
fantastic.
the Zelda one?
Zelda what?
I mean, you play as Zelda. Did you get that one?
Yeah, yeah, and I
Okay.
talked about that last year. That
I
is
know, I
all
know, I know, I know.
supposed to
I
be,
forgot. I just forgot you got
yeah,
it. Yeah.
but that's also supposed to be one of those upgraded games. I don't know that I'm necessarily really going to go back to that. There was some stuff after you finish the game, but I was kind of so
These are free
over
upgraded
it.
games, right?
Correct. Yeah, these are ones that include free upgrades. Um, so yeah. Soul Calibur 2, I just jumped into that because after you do like the system transfer from your old Switch to your new Switch, it just grabs everything, which is ridiculous, especially considering the fact that I had like a super big SD card in there and just like downloaded and kept everything. I did not buy an expansion card for this one yet because there's one you can get at Walmart, an ONN brand one that's like $30 cheaper than all of the other ones, but it hasn't really been in stock anywhere that I've seen. So I figured I can wait it out. There's a relatively large amount of storage built into this, especially if I get rid of most of the games that I'm not actively playing. Um, but that took a little while. Not super long, but it was still trying to download games overnight. So the transfer and getting you into the Switch 2 part goes relatively quickly, but the actual downloading of and getting into a game, especially if you're a new game, still can take some time. But so in that time, I booted up the GameCube stuff. It's really very limited right now. It's literally just F-Zero GX, not Link's Awakening, Wind Waker, and Soul Calibur 2. Obviously, they've announced other stuff coming. We'll see how quickly that stuff drops. But to kind of open that thing and realize it was only 3 games right now was kind of a shocker. Um, but I wasn't gonna start like Wind Waker at 11:30 at night. So I was like, oh, let me jump into Soul Calibur 2. So jumped in there. Looks good. It's very sharp, very clean looking. And exactly what you would expect out of that game. I spent a lot of time with that game back on the GameCube, and I could see myself because they have like more single player focused stuff in that game outside of just arcade. There was like kind of a story mode thing where it had like different goals and different ways to fight and stuff like that. So I could see myself actually putting some time into that. Um, and then the kind of main event, Mario Kart World, I did get the bundle with that. And immediately jumping into that game, visually you see a difference. Like there's extra animations, everything looks a little more lively than the Mario Kart 8 kind of looking back at it more sterile feel of it. Um the driving dynamics, I think they've tried to make things simpler. Like now you don't even have to hold items behind you. They just automatically sit behind you. Which has kind of been a learning curve for me because I'll press the button thinking I'm going to put it behind me, and then it just drops off or whatever, or uses. Um, but that's fine. I see why they do that, especially for younger kids. I would imagine that makes it easier. They also do a similar thing where if like you do a jump off of a thing, you used to be able to do a trick in the air if you press the jump button in one of the directions. And that'll give you a boost when you land. And it feels like now they just automatically do that as well. I don't know if that's tied to like the auto acceleration stuff and the auto steering stuff because I do have that. Like I'm going back and forth between turning that on and off so that my daughter can play it. The courses are they feel larger because there are now 24 players in the race. And I think that might be my favorite aspect of this game. Not so much just because it's like, look at all the characters they have on screen, but because now you have these like larger clumps of drivers. So you don't always run into, oh, it's the same 3 characters at the top of the leaderboard along with you. It expands it a little more because any like shell that might hit somebody, you might now have 3 or 4 people passing you or the computer or what have you. instead of just, oh, maybe one person gets past you because they're so far ahead of the rest of the pack. So it feels like there's tighter packs, and because of that, it's less predictable, I guess I would say. The environments feel very lively. When you get out into the free roam mode, that definitely feels a lot kind of blank. There's like PAL switches in the world that you hit, and then that activates like a mini quest or a mini objective. I don't know how like populous they are. Yeah, I've run into several in kind of a relatively small area. So it feels like there's going to be a decent amount there. But otherwise you just kind of going around. I actually found myself stuck in like the Bowser's Fortress area, not being able to figure out how to like escape it and get out into the rest of the world. Cause it's they do this kind of like weirdly seamless thing where if you do a race and then you go back to the main menu, in the background of the main menu, you just see your driver going around that same course. And then if you go into free roam mode from there, you're just dropped into wherever that character is at that time. So if you're on like Bowser's course, for instance, it's like, okay, I'm going around Bowser's course. Like, where's the exit for me to then get back into the rest of the open world? So I did have that trouble a little bit. But so far, I haven't been able to spend more than, I don't know, maybe a total of about 3 hours between playing it myself and watching my daughter playing it. Um, but from what I've seen, it's quite enjoyable. I do wonder how many courses they're going to have in here. Obviously, they sell it as like because you have this like kind of free roam ability. There's almost an endless number of courses. But like when I get into the Grand Prix, how many cups am I going to be able to choose from? Or is it just going to be the like 8 or so that they have that they're showing me off the bat? Now, every Grand Prix that I've beat, I've unlocked a character or a cart because like even some of the characters that you see that you're racing against already, like I had to unlock, like even Donkey Kong, I had to unlock. I had to unlock Daisy. I had to unlock Rosalina. Um, so I wonder how that stuff is going to continue kind of feeding out, or is it just going to be me having to play the same Grand Prix over and over again to get more and more of those characters? Um, but yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, it is the Mario Kart that we know, but there are obvious improvements and changes to it that I think are positive. As far as the hardware itself goes, it definitely feels like a much more premium product than the original Switch. It has this kind of almost gritty but not quite matte finish to the surface of it. It's it's very much larger, and the buttons on it are more of a standard size button as opposed to the very small buttons of the original Switch, trying to conform to that form factor. The magnets feel solid. I think it's interesting because I don't necessarily think they're like electromagnets necessarily, because the removal mechanism is actually just kind of a peg that pushes it away from the body of the Switch too. So I don't think it's actually like electronically disengaging something. It's just like shoving it away to give you enough room to then yank it off of there. I've definitely seen people just yank those things off, but it takes a lot of force. And much to my surprise, like the placement of that kind of disengagement button, I thought would maybe be in the way a bit, but it's not at all. Even though it's like right up there with the shoulder buttons, I don't find that I'm gonna like mistakenly press it or anything at all. Um, it feels good when you click those things in, or when you click them into the little gamepad holder. Um, I'm still looking forward to getting the Satisfy grip for that thing, because I do like playing handheld so much. But with this thing being as big as it is, I am a little concerned that with that attachment, it's just going to become kind of this bulky monstrosity as opposed to the Switch, which just made it feel like a more normal size controller. It's nice having a USB port on the top and the bottom, and that's kind of it. I've seen people talk about how this is a Switch Pro, and in a lot of ways it is. I mean, it is very much an iteration on that original hardware, with some more power packed in there. Um, but for how long I've talked about wanting them to do a Switch Pro because that old hardware was getting really long in the tooth, I don't necessarily find that to be a bad thing outside of the fact that that upgrade has then come with $70 and $80 games, which, can seem kind of unreasonable, especially when we get into the $80 games. So yeah, those are my initial impressions. I am pretty positive on it. And as of right now, at least, I feel like I'm going to probably end up spending more time playing Switch games that I haven't either completed or like Link's Awakening. I just have kind of a special connection to. I've got to get back to Kirby at some point. And yeah, I think it does that stuff really well. And then once we get like Donkey Kong and Metroid Prime and whatever else they might have in the future, I think we're kind of off to the races with this thing.
All right. What about the rewind feature that's on the Mario Kart?
You know what? I haven't actually used that yet. My daughter activated it mistakenly somehow. I honestly don't even know what button does that at the moment. I'll have to, because mostly right now I've just been doing 50cc races anyway, so I haven't found myself needing to do that. Just because we've been taking turns going back and forth, and even with the auto steer and the auto acceleration stuff, like 50cc, that'll basically drag you over the finish line in first place. Whereas even once you bump it up to 100cc, it becomes more of a struggle. So yeah, I'll have to mess with that stuff, and I'll let you know.
And like the startup, like what does it look like? Cause I never looked in. I ain't looked at any videos or nothing.
As far as like just menus,
yeah,
it's exactly the same thing as the Switch, which is a bit disappointing. I know they've talked about they're going to have themes for this thing. I don't know what that means. I'd really like them to do a proper like folder system. I was very excited when they were talking about adding folders, but then when they added it only to like the all games screen, like that's not what I'm looking for. I want to be able to create a folder in that main menu and then add games to that I'm going to
yeah,
want to
exactly.
quickly access.
Yeah. I remember when that happened. Yeah, it was. It just
Yeah.
felt like, yeah, it just, yeah, that was weird.
That would be the most
Uh,
obvious upgrade that I would want out of that
what about
interface. Otherwise, it's fine.
going
What's
to
that?
the store? Is it better going to the store
The
now?
store feels a little bit snappier. It looks slightly different, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's, just the same way it was on the Switch. And once it starts to get bogged down with a whole bunch of other stuff, it's gonna, fall apart a bit.
Oh, so
Um,
you didn't get the what's the game called? The Switch
the
manual?
Welcome Center.
Yeah.
No, I haven't yet. I don't know if I will, honestly. It's one of those things where like if this wasn't a backwards compatible console, they probably would have got me just to, have something else to experience on this thing, but because I have like Link's Awakening that I can go back to, or Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, stuff like that, where they have these upgrades. I don't know that I'm gonna be motivated to get that thing just to as like here's a new thing that I can do on this piece of
But
hardware.
I heard that it's something like you need like to even do everything in the game. You need some other accessories too. Like it'll show
I
you.
had seen like the headline saying you need like a camera to do everything in the game, and you need a maybe even like a pro controller or something like that to do everything in the game. And I have no plans to get a camera. Maybe I could hook up like my old Xbox 360 webcam because that's really the only webcam I have around here to it. Maybe that would work. And I don't have any plans to get a Pro controller because they did upgrade they did an update for the firmware for the 8-bit do wireless adapter. So I just use an Xbox controller with that typically, or sometimes even the PlayStation controller with that. So I really have no desire to get a Nintendo branded Pro controllers for whatever that might need that for. So yeah, and that's just another thing. Like if I get it because like they want to show off all the features of the thing, right? But at the same time, it just makes me go like, yeah, really, I don't need that. I mean, I might be singing a different tune next week, like, oh, Dominic, I felt like I needed to buy it for the podcast to have
But
content
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Make
I'm
that
gonna write
excuse.
it off on my taxes. Um, but yeah, as for right now, initially I thought like there was a good chance that I might get that, but now I'm just like, as long as I can keep myself busy and distracted enough with everything else, I'm not too concerned with that. Maybe I'll check out some reviews or some videos of it, and if somebody says like, "Oh, there's this really cool like this thing in there" or something, maybe. But if it's all stuff that I feel like I'm going to do one time and then never touch again, I can just watch a video of that, and if I really am like starving for it, like I can pretend with my own Switch, like, "Oh, look at me playing this thing." Um, and I don't see myself doing that, to be honest with you.
All right. So yeah, that's cool, man. I guess even though you're just making it harder for future games and um, well, make it hard for me to buy future games though, because y'all just buying these expensive shits.
I haven't given him the $80 yet, Dominic.
Yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, and I didn't. I mean, I wasn't paying attention much. I guess because I could have sworn I thought Donkey Kong was coming out the same day. I didn't know Mario Kart was going to be the only game.
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
Mario Kart, and then Kong comes out in the month.
yeah, and it's like they spread them out, and then you got the after that Pokemon, and it's like I guess it's almost a way to get it like, oh, more switches are here for Donkey Kong, and then more switches are here
Mm.
for Pokemon. Um,
Everything that
yeah,
I've been seeing so far is people saying like they've been able to get these things if they wanted them, basically. So
yeah. I
that's
mean,
good.
yeah, I've seen
It hasn't been like that
that
in a
too.
long time.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That it's not the scarcity is not as what you might think it is.
Mhm.
But um, oh, that ain't the problem for me. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So all right. So yeah, I guess we'll be talking more about that in the future. So we're gonna take a
Yeah.
quick break. We get back. We're not gonna do the flashback segment because we got a lot to talk about in the gaming news, especially for
Oh
the
yeah.
Summer Game Fest. So we'll be right back with the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. So what we got, man?
All right. First up, Dominic, we had some Black Panther news last time we recorded. That was that one game, the Captain America Black Panther game, was getting delayed into 2026. There was also a Black Panther game being made by Cliffhanger Games with EA. Cliffhanger being former Shadow of Mordor people from Monolith. That game has been canceled and Cliffhanger has been closed. So this is the third round of layoffs for EA this year.
Oh,
They
but
have
jobs are
said that
good, man. Jobs are
eh,
good.
apparently
That's what the White House
they
told me.
that's what yeah. Um, they have advised that they are choosing to focus on a small handful of franchises, established franchises going forward, including Battlefield, which they are gearing up to release the next one of. The Sims, Skate, which we know they're working on that online thing, and then Apex Legends. That sounds really sad. I mean, obviously the sports stuff, of course, but that's really sad for a company as big as EA that they're like, we got Madden and then like 4 other series, and that's about it. We've killed everything else off.
And they're still not
Like,
bringing NCAA football to PC,
yeah,
and I still don't know why. And somebody said, "Oh, the cost probably just doesn't fit." But I'm like, but Madden does. Well, I was like, this
right,
game
yeah.
literally sold consoles. Like last game sold some consoles. I don't
I am
think,
interested to know what like Madden sales numbers on PC are versus one, the
yeah,
consoles, and two, like what the cost is to port it there. But yeah, if you're telling me that it's worth it to spend the time to bring Madden to the PC, but not NCAA, which people were, super excited about, that seems kind of contradictory.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is. It's pretty weird. Like for them tonight, even, and not to say why. I mean, I know if there's something bad, they don't want to say it, but I don't know. I feel like you just. I don't think it'll hurt you to say that though. Like, how would that
No,
hurt you if people because nobody's buying it anyway
right.
because you're not selling it because you're not
You
selling
know,
on PC.
offend all those people.
um, yeah, yeah, it looks like it's almost EA is turning to what Activision was like. We're going to just
Yeah.
keep just the franchises that actually makes money, that actually continues to make money. I mean, like we're cutting costs, like we're not doing much. I mean, I will give it to EA that they do every now and then a single player thing, with the Star Wars game. But
Yeah.
um, we'll see what the next one is, though. Hopefully, it won't be canceled. See, that's the thing now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
So
that also feels like kind of just an offshoot of the success of Titanfall. Like they chose to take that dev and the like goodwill that we as video gamers have for Respawn, and they were like, well, we're gonna put them on a whatchamacallit franchise, like a franchise thing, and then now we're not gonna let them make Titanfall anymore.
I know, yeah, that's what sucks, and it's like you helped kill Titan. Well, not kill it, but well, actually, I mean, you're killing it, but
Yeah.
you helped start it to not really be big when you put it against your own freaking game. You let it
Yep.
come out within a week or weeks before your own game. I mean,
Yeah,
and
you
like
sandwiched
Call
it
of
right
Duty,
between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Like, yeah, you gave that game no
like
chance to
that
survive.
didn't make it. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Like to release that game at that time. Like nobody like yeah, that's when you don't. That's some like you don't care people's time. It's like wait a minute. So you want to have people? You know, people are going to buy Call of Duty. People going to buy Battlefield. So are you saying that people are going to buy 3 games and be and like how okay and be able to play them? Like how? Like these are multiplayer games we keep playing. Like who has the time?
Yeah.
You even if you could be unemployed, you could be just a unemployed guy, or like you just like hey I got so much money, I retired early. You still want to have the time to do that because you know how you play these games continuously. Like what time would you have to focus on 3 game multiplayer games?
Right. Seems impractical from any rational standpoint whatsoever.
Yeah, to say like I get all oh I got all 3. Like yeah, if you just press to say single player, then okay. But thing is, you're getting your money from the multiplayer, really.
Yeah.
So that didn't make any sense. God darn, like that is just crazy that they did that. And now it's just yeah, man. Yeah, just now, like I'm just saying, like man, they look like they might be going the route of just like games I'm not very interested in, you know.
Yeah.
like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm just yeah, these are games I'm not into Battlefield anymore. I mean, I feel like I don't know what else you could do for me in a
Battlefield
game
has
like
jumped
that.
the shark.
Because I mean, yeah, I like the idea of like, oh yeah, you're facing against like all these dudes at once,
Mm.
like humans at once and stuff. But I don't know but I've done it. I've done it. It was fun. It was cool. It was neat. But I don't know what else you could
Really
do
think
to maybe
they
get the
need to
feeling.
figure out the destruction stuff with Battlefield. Like if they can make that a focus again, eh, maybe that'll give them some leg to stand on. But
Yeah,
otherwise, what is Battlefield doing that Battlefield either already hasn't done or Call of Duty hasn't done? It's just it's
yeah. Because now Call of Duty got Warzone, so
yeah.
that's a big Battlefield thing. I mean, it has no destruction thing like Battlefield or something. It's not yeah, Warzone's not really field. It's not yeah, it's not vehicle thing. Yeah, because Battlefield that's what it was different. It's like, hey, they really focus on vehicles, while Call of Duty didn't. Like they were more boots on the ground. Um, but yeah, that's it. Like you got vehicles. And yeah, that could be that's good enough for some people. I'm not saying that it's not going to sell. I mean, it's going to do it. But I'm just saying like it's nothing different though. Like it's like you had games in the past that's done this. The
Honestly,
only
when
thing
I
you
think
do it
about it,
now.
like I feel like they could find more success nowadays in a Battlefront game, in a new Battlefront game than another new Battlefield game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, what was the issue with Battlefront?
Than that either.
Like, why didn't it like go off the way it wanted?
I think a lot of it has to do with just the perception of the game because of all the microtransactions in that second one. You know, people were so poison pilled on it before it even came out because that was an incredible looking game, and you know, as long as you could get a player base to keep that thing going online,
And it
I
seems
think.
like it every now and then it does sprouts up. I heard like every now and then the player base goes up. I mean, like it goes up,
Mm,
like it spikes that people are playing or something. But now I think it's saying like it's almost unplayable. At least I don't know. Is it the PC version? I think that because of cheats like bot or something, like people are doing stuff up there and just not really really monitoring and stuff. So it's kind of hard for people to play. But yeah, because I feel like yeah, I always want to know like why did that game just not go off? Like what did y'all didn't do? What didn't you do?
yeah.
I mean, I think there was more they could have done with that game. Yeah, like that game, like if they were due to Battlefield 3, I think it should be like some like you said, destruction in that game. It should yeah, I mean it's a lot, yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot they could have still done with that game. Um but yeah, EA they it was another thing. I mentioned it about the yeah, NCAA. Because they did put out a they was it a trailer they put out or it was something they put out. I totally forgot because it's been some time. Where I know they were talking about like the students get paid more now
Mm,
from them, and also with certain students pay again you pay even more if like they're like I guess bigger names and things of that nature. Oh yeah, they had a features thing like showing all the features and stuff like some features that they're gonna have in the game. But yeah, it kind of turned me off when it says no PC version. I was like, because like I don't have any plans on getting an Xbox One or even a PS5. Um, I say Xbox One, well, Xbox Series X or PS5. What the hell is this? Check your virtual point. Oh, that's my doctor. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I'll do that. Um, so uh, yeah, that kind of sucks. But EA, yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the big game that's coming out that's not those? Like, what's the next EA game that's supposed to be still in the works that we know of? Oh, Mass
The
Effect.
Star Wars game.
Mass
Yeah, I
Effect.
guess Mass Effect technically, yeah.
Yeah. And what's the Star Wars game called?
Um, well, they've got the RTS, or not the RTS, but the XCOM one, like one. But
Yeah.
then they have the next Jedi Survivor or whatever they're working on, allegedly.
Oh, I didn't even know they were working on another one.
Yeah, I think they're
Honestly,
officially working on the sequel to that.
the sequel. I mean, it's already a sequel, like a prequel,
The
I
sequel
guess.
to the sequel down. The triplet.
Yeah. See, then it's like, I mean, not that I don't hate. It's just like I don't know. It's like y'all already made two. I'm okay if like y'all do something else, or somebody else, like you said, one of the studios you freaking had let go was working on that, and then Respawn was working on something else.
Yeah. That's really all I want from this industry, is for you to take like your top tier talent, make those new franchises, and then
That's what it used to
allow
be. That's what it used
these
to be.
smaller companies to capitalize on that, basically.
So I
Take
remember,
that
yeah,
existing
that
IP
it
and
was
work with
like,
it.
oh, these guys are working on this game, but then they made the first one. Then there's like some other talent, like, hey, we're making a sequel to it, while the other talent's doing something else. They're doing something new. Um, it used to be that way. They might make the first couple and then they'll move on. And if they're still
Yeah.
popular, their publishers might say, "Hey, we need to get somebody else to work on this." Man, and I
So
keep
long
hearing
to make a
story.
single game for anybody that we don't
Yeah,
we can't do anything.
and I keep hearing stories about the Dragon Age stuff. Well, mainly because Google's algorithm, and I didn't say
Yeah.
I don't want to see any more Dragon Age news. I mean, because I don't want to just block that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I see like articles of like either the people who are like one of the people who are laid off saying how EA just they didn't care, or former ones saying that talking about like what they went through and some of the problems and stuff like that. Like it's a couple things because it's like I feel bad for how the people currently did it, but also like thinking like yeah, but I didn't like the direction y'all went to, and I don't know, and that direction is not. I can't blame EA for that because that's something y'all kind of did. I more so blame EA for like maybe the way like the former people who were there because the lore because it's just like y'all just didn't care about the lore much and it just didn't make sense to go that direction. Um but the thing is overall you made a fine game. Like that's the thing. They didn't make a bad game, which I'm a little shocked, honestly. I don't think the story was great, but
Just
the
wait
game
until Mass
itself.
Effect, Dominic.
Yeah, I don't think the story was great, but I don't think you actually made a comparable game. Just wish the story was better that actually fit with what the lore was. It just didn't make sense. And I don't like how you made it too lighthearted. I want to say lighthearted, but definitely lighter than what Dragon Age was. It didn't make sense to do that, and especially man, post. I'm sorry, like Witcher and now Baldur's Gate, man. They have really just like I'm sorry, they set the bar. They set the bar, man. And um like I feel like man, you gotta be like it set the bar to like look, people of all like whatever, sexes or races, whatever, they all like those games. They all like those games and they're good. Like they don't and they're good games. And they have things that are somewhat what people would today would call political, which is something that's been in stories and stuff forever. But just what people say these things. But it
So
seems like
decisive, Dom.
yeah, but even those guys like those games. They basically talk around it, basically saying how it's not. When it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Even those guys like those games. So
Baldur's
it's
Gate 3, more like Baldur's Gate
but
3, because I love
yeah,
this game,
yeah,
even though
yeah.
there's so much
It's
diversity.
not in your face, Daniel. It's not in your
Not
that's
in
what
my
it is. It's
face.
not
Meanwhile, this red woman's butt is in my face.
yeah. Um I mean I get what some sensible people are saying when they say that. They may say things like that. Like I said, when like I mean I explained it how they write the story in Dragon Age, just how like basically they write the stories in the CW shows. Like they're just
Right. The lowest
it's
tier
yeah,
of
exactly. It to tell you like you don't
pandering, if you will.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um so it is just that you can it's like I don't it's like you don't have to do like why do you feel like you have to go that route? Like you don't have to. Or it should be somebody to like to make a stand because I understand like some people probably do want say they say and you can still put is and I'm not even saying like some people actually say like they feel like you shouldn't put your own like whatever like something that's happened with you. There's just a better way of doing it though. I don't think I
Yeah.
think you can do that. I mean I've
I
heard
mean, I
people do
think
that
you
because
have
I
to.
it's
That's how you create a
yeah. How do
more
you talk?
new and innovative story. That's why
Yeah,
diversity is important, so that you
yeah,
have different
exactly.
stories to tell instead of just recycling the same thing over and
And
over
that's
again.
why some of these like games or even movies have it's not just one writer.
Right.
There is multiple. I understand that now. I used to just think like you had to have one writer, but then I always thought like how does some writers write about certain races? You know, like if they're not them, how do they do it? I mean, it's research goes into it, but it's still so much you can do. With that, especially with the game, it's different. Like it's more of like because you're experiencing things of that nature, it's totally different. And then like RPG, you added a whole lot of things in it, so you can get more than one writer because they can write a writing for a specific mission or a mission slash quest, and then yeah, it works out that way. And but it's a smarter way to do it, like you said, without the pandering, but still make people feel that way. And look, and I ain't saying like because you and don't think I'm saying this because like oh because it's gonna offend the people who are like oh they don't like this stuff like they don't like um anything that's maybe gay or even like racial or something depending on what these people are. No, I don't care about offending them. I just want a better story. That's what I want. I want a better story. Um and yeah, and it thing is it can be done like we've seen it done and it doesn't take and I don't think it has to be like oh it takes a lot because you you're gonna have to pay for a great writer listen I ain't say these games gotta be freaking the Schindler's List of games and nothing like people say but I mean these games I ain't gonna say like they're super great stories but they're still good like they're still decent that you can still do these RPGs that way but I guess why does it matter? I guess why does it matter to do that if you can just get money, get paid for slop, Like why even put the effort in, I guess, with these publisher guys. I just think it has to be a push. I think sometimes, yes, as a publisher, they probably won't care as long as the money comes in, what the story is, or how the game is made or what's in it, as long as it's getting money. It's more I think it's gotta be more push from the people making it though. That's what it really comes down to anyway. Like, if the people under these guys, like, because I always hear those stories of people who say like, "Hey, I want to do this, and this is the only way you can make this game really good," and then they finally cave in. The guys on top finally say, "Okay, we'll let you do that." Sometimes that
Yeah.
stuff fails, sometimes it don't,
You
but
hear
it has
that
to
a
be a
lot in
push.
movies, like, "We'll
Yeah,
we'll let you get away with this one by yourself if you give us, this studio schlock that we want you
yeah,
to make."
yeah, exactly. Or you just have you're really good at I mean just what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you're convincing them. You're very good at convincing that,
Yeah.
hey, let me do it this way, and something like that. And I think that's what it is. You maybe need more people at the about the leaders under the leaders, that can actually like really stand firm and convince the guys up top, saying like, "Hey, man,
Right.
we do it this way. This could be a great game, and you
Producers
still
and
get you. You
executives and all
you
that.
still do this, yeah." I mean, yeah, it's just yeah, it's. I think it has to be some push of that because yeah, the guys up top they're not the develop these a lot of those guys they weren't developers, right? I mean, they weren't the guys that were
Yeah.
making this
They aren't
stuff.
even guys
So
that
then,
play video games now in a lot
yeah,
of cases.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
really
So
you get to like the heads of the studios that are kind of, it feels like the highest level where you still get guys who understand video games and play and
yeah,
have created video games.
like the Steam
And
guys or
then
something
when
like
you,
that.
yeah, or just like Frank Sambella, right? At Respawn, like that
Oh
kind
yeah,
of level. But then once you get to like, what is his name? Andrew House or something like that. The top guy at EA, like he doesn't look like he's played a video game since maybe high
no,
school or college or something like that. And then he joined some fraternity and never looked back.
yeah,
Um
he's doing the Bones and Skulls. Yes,
exactly. Um yeah, so and I think a lot of it also comes down to like video games just take so long to make. Like even when I mentioned movies, like that's like what, a 2-3 year commitment in a lot of
yeah, at the
cases.
most, at the most, at the
Yeah,
most, yeah, because they can't go but too long on movies. I mean, you're
right.
actually talking about human actors and stuff. Video
Whereas video
games,
games were like, all right,
yeah,
it's been 5 years, maybe you've been pushing it a little bit here.
yeah, yeah, exactly. They go long. Hell, the voice acting probably been done for years. They probably had to come back and maybe do a little touch up or something.
Yeah. So there's definitely an aspect of that which I think we need to get back to paring these things back a bit. We need to rein in
I
the
wish that, yeah, and
expectations.
like we always ask, but just never get like more transparency in this
Yeah.
stuff. There's definitely more transparency in the Western studios compared to the Eastern ones. I mean,
Yeah.
not saying that is great transparency, but it is more only because these guys are because of laws, basically
Yeah, I
laws
mean, in a
that
lot of cases,
protect them.
you have your publicly traded companies or whatever,
Yeah,
so they've got to report earnings and all that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that stuff's
While like
happening in Japan and not getting filtered to us, but I
I just feel like they're just able to close it off. I don't know. Like I hear like from Nintendo. I honestly, the only thing I ever heard from Nintendo was one guy said that it's like one of the best companies to work in. I only heard one guy
and
say
still
that.
somehow that guy's already been killed.
No, it's a white dude. It was a
Nintendo's
white dude
like
though. It was a
Nintendo's
white dude.
like, don't
Yeah,
don't steal our secrets, even if it's good
it's
secrets.
yeah, it's a white dude because
Assassination.
he stayed in Japan for a while and he's said there's like a the article was talking about like the companies that have been pretty bad. Like SquareSoft had like was really low at the time and because yeah, this is the guys who do these big analytical stuff on Pacific Games. I was listening to him talk about Xenogears, and then he was talking about how like because all the stuff they went through with Xenogears and how Square was, man, the company was like people were just horrible, but compared to Nintendo, people were a whole lot better and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's true because. I mean, all I can do is go by some people word of mouth because it's like they're not really they only show talk about this stuff like that. They don't really show it off. Like you don't really hear about the actual development of the games, really, of that. That's why I always joke. We always joke and say like, yeah, those guys they probably have killed off people or something like that. Like people have died making those games, but we will never know. You'll never know that what happened. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, we stay there long. So now, was there any other news? I was trying to think about any other news before we get into the state of play that we might have missed.
Not that I'm aware of. Outside of a little more EA news, we've got, the Madden cover has been officially announced. It's got Saquon Barkley on there
Oh yeah, that's
from
right. I
the
forgot. I didn't even
Philadelphia
mention that.
Eagles.
Yes, Saquon Barkley. Yes, he was magnificent this year. I mean, he would have. He was close to winning MVP. I mean, he had to go against Lamar Jackson and the guy Doug. I'm about to say Doug Flutie, who was an
Doug
old
Flutie.
quarterback for the Bills, but but it was
Josh
darn
Allen.
Josh Allen. Yes, Josh Allen from the Bills who won it. Who, even though I think Lamar should have won it, even though here's the argument: Bills fans said that Josh should have won last year, so it was a makeup year for this year. While I don't know why Josh should have won last year. Like I said, Lamar, his numbers was still better than Josh. Well, was like he had a better year for me still than Josh Allen. I just think. I mean, it. I don't know. I mean, I honestly just think Lamar Jackson won, and I'm not trying to be biased. Even though I do, yes, I like the Ravens. Like, I mean, my favorite teams are Washington, but I'm not even trying to be biased with this because I legitimately tried to look at Josh Allen and say like he should have won. I was like, Lamar should have won. And then like if you get into the argument about the playoffs, then like you already lost me because it's a regular season award and like whatever. Um, but like Lamar, I think he should have won. I think the joke of it being a DEI award for Josh Allen is, I think that's pretty funny. I mean, because the how he's DEI, that's pretty funny. But I mean, he was great though. I mean, like any other
Yeah.
year, he would have been like MVP. It just so happens that Lamar has been great too. And you can't just saying that because then you get down to the point of like who had the worst team, like because it said like oh Josh Allen did it with this team, but Lamar had that running back, but it's like well then Lamar's numbers shouldn't have gone up though. It should have gone up. It should have gone down with a better
Yeah.
running back. Now Saquon Barkley, and there's some argument. I agree with more Saquon Barkley arguments than like Josh Allen. I mean because I mean this team like Saquon he will. It wasn't like he was just like a great one. Like he just get 10 yards, 10 yards. This man will go for 60 or something, just touchdown, just run for a touchdown. It's ridiculous how well they did. And you can all say like, well, they had a great line. Yep, they did. But you know what? There's been great lines forever, and people haven't done that. So, like, no, you still need to be a good running back too. And I swear, I hope the Giants never win a Super Bowl in my freaking lifetime again because they gave up this man and he went to Philly. Like, you went, like, oh my God. Like, you paid off a guy who you end up trading. You paid off the quarterback. You end up trading and let this guy go. Like, you keep this guy. Like, I don't even care. It's like, look, man, you might not win with him. Nope. You might not win with him, but he's the best player on your team, and that's the money. So I would just, I would be like, nah, you staying here. You are a legacy. Like you're what people want to come out to see. You may not win, but you're gonna get paid. I mean, damn, give it a freaking Philly. Piss me off. Um, but yeah, so yeah, good for Saquon. Saquon, that was a good cover of him jumping over the guy. That's one of the most famous plays. It. I wonder if it did win Play of the Year in the NFL awards. They had that. I believe they have that in the NFL awards and the ESPN. But the ESPN award, SP awards hasn't happened yet. That usually happens around
Mm.
close to All Star break of baseball. So yeah, we'll see. All right, so yes, get into these events for basically Summer Game Fest. I mean, Summer Game Fest technically just the Jeff Keighley stuff, but we just call everything Summer Game Fest because it all
Yep.
happens around the same time.
It takes place of E3, which E3 had, started
Yeah,
as all of this stuff, and then even then, everybody had kind of
God,
segmented off into
E3,
their own
Daniel.
things.
Now that's becoming old. Oh my God, Daniel, it's
Yep.
becoming too old. Now that's not even a thing. It's gonna be so old. It's like, oh, E3. Remember E3? Remember how I used to dream? I used to dream about like, oh man, I can't wait till I get older and I'll be
Go
able
out
to work in
there.
the industry and and go to E3. And man, that's never happened. But
Instead, you
Now
got stuck
I'm
working
like,
in the industry and not going to E3, but luckily you didn't get your information stolen by them. So
yeah, exactly. Well, people would have saw it and like, wow, this is not even worth anything. It's like, it's,
all right. Yeah, so
they'll get a virus
Sony
from
had
getting
a
my
state of play
information.
this. Sony had a state of play this past week, which really snuck up on me, to be honest with you. I'd seen some rumors basically of people going like, I'm not sure if there's going to be a Sony state of play. And I'm like, there's got to be, right? Like, this is E3 time. This is
Yeah,
when you put
that's
out
why I was surprised about that because
something.
I heard
Like,
that too. Because I was thinking
yeah,
that it wasn't going to be one, and I was like, oh, maybe they're going to probably do a state of play like weeks later or something.
yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of stuck up on me.
Yeah, so by the time I saw that this had actually happened, it was I saw that before I saw the announcement that they were going to do it. Like looking back at the news, I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess they did announce like a
Oh
day
shit! This
before or so that."
and oh yeah, let me interrupt. As we're doing this, the Xbox showcase is going
Oh,
on.
is it starting now? Or I
Yes,
guess
I
it
mean,
started a little bit ago now,
yeah, it
hasn't
actually
it?
started. Yeah, because I just
Crap.
went to YouTube to look at Sony State of Play, and then I saw this come up, and now I'm distracted, Daniel. So let me open up the
That's
window
fine.
for Sony State of Play.
Distracted by the right thing, Dominic. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Sony State of Play creeped up on us, like I said. But overall, I thought they had some stuff to show. It started out with Lumines Arise. This is basically like the Tetris Effect version of Lumines, which was a PS Vita game, I want to say, or maybe even PSP.
I
Kind
want
of
to say,
big
yeah,
puzzly
I think it
music
was
game.
PSP. Yeah, I think it was even
PSP,
PSP.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no,
Um,
it was the Ericsson. That's how it was
the
going.
Sony Ericsson.
Yeah.
I remember people being super into it. I never really understood what was really happening in the gameplay, to be honest with you. So
Mhm.
I never really checked it out too much. But that's coming out fall of 2025. After that, they showed off Capcom's Pragmata. That is like the guy in the spacesuit with the little girl. I still don't know what that game is supposed to be. But now they are saying that for real it is coming out in 2026 because that had previously been delayed. And then people were like, is this game even real? So now that's theoretically coming out next year. This one, Romeo is a Dead Man, Dominic. This one has quite the trailer to it. It's basically this man with like half a face blown off, and then he has like a bullet in his eye, and then I want to say his head ends up off at some point, but then he's like running around in third person. And then you start to go, oh, this is a Suda 51 game. And it very much follows that kind of styling of a third person action game with these weird kind of like horror mixed with comedic elements.
Yeah, this little
Did this
girl with
do
no
anything
shoes.
for you?
I don't know what's up with that, man. Yeah, she need to put some shoes. Oh, wait a minute. Are we talking Pragmata?
No, but we can
Oh no,
be.
we talking.
Yeah,
What we?
she doesn't need to put us shoes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at
That's all right.
Pragmat. Let me talk about that real quick. I
Yeah.
mean that looks like a cool third person actually game. Like it looked like something I might have fun with if because I like the because it looks like a devil book devil may cry or yeah, well, it's not really devil may cry but something, yeah, something basically action with but I
Yeah,
wonder with the
like
girl.
character action or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly, like a little faster or something like that. And as long as it's not, Dark Soulish, which is, man, that now I gotta always be scared. Like, oh, this game is cool. Please don't be like Dark Souls. Please don't be like Dark. So that's has to be. Romeo Must Die. Let me see. Let me look at this again because I did watch this show, but I don't remember everything. Yeah, this definitely looks like but this definitely looks more of a Devil May Cry esque game and crazy. Um, Yeah, it kind of reminds me of whatchamacallit too. Something like, are you in the mall here or something? Because that looks like you.
Like a
Kind of
Dead
reminds me
Rising.
of Dead Rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it could be fun. I mean, it looks all right. I mean, I'm not like
Yeah.
super, excited, but I'm not like if I get my hands on it, like I would want to play it. Like if I could get my hands on it, I'll play it. Between those two, yeah. Between those two, I probably would. I don't know, Pragmata. I don't know. I'd probably be more into Romeo Almost Died because Pragmata looks like it's scary. It could be scary too, but it looks like an
Yeah,
action
I think
scary. It looks like an action
Romeo's a
scary
Dead
though.
Man. It has
Yeah.
like the pseudo like hello fellow youths kind of thing where he's like
Yeah.
trying very hard to be cool for coolness sake, and like
Oh
sometimes it
yeah.
works and
Yeah.
sometimes it kind
I
of
mean, you got a
doesn't.
talking jacket apparently now. So you know
Yeah.
what? Because you had your boyfriend. What was that pseudo? The girl.
Was that Suda 51? I want to say yes. The lollipop
Darn.
chainsaw.
Because now if it's not, then I feel like they're the same
James
though.
Gunn's stealing his whole style.
Yeah. Because it's Lollipop Chainsaw. It was the other one, the guy with the gun, right? They had talking
Shadow
gun
of
or
the
something.
Damned. Yeah.
Yeah. It was that pseudo then.
Yeah, that was Suda 51.
I
Also
thought they
like
were. Yeah, I
Killer
thought they were the
7,
same
I think
guys.
was Suda.
That's like one of the only ones I really didn't play, though I saw
Yeah.
a lot. Actually, I don't know if I played Shadows of the Dam. Um, but um, but yeah, Killer Seven. I probably seen it more than I seen that game more than I played Lollipop Chainsaw, but I've seen that game a lot because that game was because it was the art style was always the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it seemed like a crazy game. Like that's the kind of crazy I'm okay with, not the Kojima crazy. Like I feel
Yeah.
like if you're gonna go crazy, you go butt crazy. Like Kojima because it's kind
Yeah,
of like
you go all the way. Yeah.
Kojima try to be like very
He tries to be philosophical.
yeah, where I feel what's the other word though? What's the bad like the kind of negative of that like you up your own ass. What is it called?
Oh, pretentious.
Pretentious. Yeah, pretentious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Because a little pretentious even though I don't know if he is um but it's because it feels like oh this is a deeper meaning to this but it's like is it really or I don't know. See, I
Yeah.
don't. I was like I don't know if it is. I said like, well, fine. If you want to call me stupid, then go right the fuck ahead. But it just like it doesn't make sense. Um, but yeah, like pseudo. Yeah, that's the kind of crazy I like. I like going that type of crazy because it still makes sense. It still makes sense too. Like 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 it makes sense in a crazy way. While for me with Kojima stuff, I don't. It's like you have to really make it make sense to you.
Yeah.
Where I don't know what's going on. All right, so what is this Silent Hill we're looking at here, right?
Yeah, Silent Hill F is the next one they showed that's coming out September 25th. This is the
Actually,
Silent Hill.
Japan,
Yeah,
right?
set in Japan. You're playing as a young schoolgirl, and it looks scary.
You got me at schoolgirl, Daniel. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. But
And then I had lost you at scary. I don't
but
think
no.
you want to be looking at any of the stuff that was
Is this
in
the
this
first
trailer.
one to be set in Japan? Because I think everybody else was
I
like in
believe it
America,
is.
American
Yeah,
white
everything
dude
else was set
or
in
woman.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, they're actually doing something based on the people who actually make the game. Wow, that is amazing. That should be his ass stop. Um, or I mean, hey, now it's kind of touching into the what's the other game that you always see you play as a schoolgirl? Um, what was that
Which
game
one?
called? I mean, it was a scary game. It came out on PlayStation and PlayStation 2 too. Also, you played as a Japanese young girl. It
Are
was
you
scary.
are
Was it
you talking about like the
clock? It's something or
clock tower?
clock tower. Yeah, it's between clock tower. Is there another game like that? Maybe it's just
I
clock
was
tower.
thinking of like the ones where you take pictures. Can't remember the
Oh,
name
that one
of
too.
that
Yes,
one.
yes, that one too. Yes, yes. What was that one called?
Fatal
Mm,
Frame.
Fatal Frame. Yes, Fatal Frame. Yeah, it's like I mean, because that's what I'm usually associate with being a young girl, and it was like Fatal Frame, the Fatal Frame games, really. Um, So this is different, and I mean it's freaky. It is. Oh my god, it's freaky. Like I will be scared shitless in this, man. And
Not in the
oh my
regular
god,
schoolgirl way either.
no, not at all. Yeah, man, that is so weird. Oh man. But it looks. I mean, I hope so because, like, hey, Silent Hill the remake of was it two? Um,
Yeah.
that did well and people liked it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope it does because yeah, I don't want to just be Resident Evil that comes back. I mean, yeah, yeah, this is good. Like this is like some good horror games that's coming out here, man, from big franchises. Um, that's good. And this is Konami, right?
Yeah. This is
Yeah. It's still is it
yeah,
still Konami? Konami didn't sell it off,
yeah.
right? Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what
All
else we
right.
got now?
Speaking of not Konami, Dominic,
No
next
release
up
dates.
was
Oh
a
yeah, I didn't hear
game
release dates yet for these games. There was no release dates for these games.
for Silent Hill was September 25th. Romeo is a Dead Man. I don't know. Pragmata was
I think
2026.
it says coming soon 2026 for Romeo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of this stuff was either 2026 or like September. There were a lot of games between these showcases that were September.
So Silent Hills this
Um,
year. That's great, man.
Yeah, because they've been it's not the same team that was working on the remake for 2, so they've been working alongside these for a while.
Oh,
Even
good.
though it
Yeah, 'cause I like
shares a lot of
and I
shares a
wonder
lot of
with
those
Capcom,
bones, it
why do they
looks
do
like.
those studios? Is that this all the same studio for for the? I mean, I say Capcom. I mean Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is kind of their main studio working on
Oh,
those
so they just overworked
remakes.
then,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
but they
Speaking
working.
Japanese.
But they
Yep.
working to
Yep.
death. Stop. Oh my god, I was joking. All right.
All right, Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing that they showed was very Castlevania coded, which I mean, Bloodstained has always been. It's the spiritual successor in a lot of ways, even though
Yes,
Castlevania has continued to go
I
on.
like it,
But
and I just played that last year, right? Yeah,
was
yeah, I
it
played it
last
again
year or
last year.
like 2 years ago?
No, I think it was last year because
Oh,
I
okay.
played it for a while, then I stopped, and then I went back last year to play it, and I beat it.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished it off.
But Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement, that's coming out in 2026. So the next in that series, that's looking pretty
It's a
good.
prequel, I believe. I think I saw someone say.
Oh, I had not seen that. Interesting. After that, they showed off Digimon Story, The Time Stranger. That's coming out October 3rd,
Yeah, we
2025.
saw that before,
Yeah.
and I
After
still
that
don't
was
like. I still want to know like what
I
you
still want to
like
know, how do they keep making Digimon games, Dominic?
with
Are
that.
people
But
buying
like
these
this
things?
game, I mean, it looks animation wise, it looks good. And I
They
think I
can't
see
make a
some of the
Black Panther
battles.
game, Dominic, but they can sell Digimon games over and over again.
Yeah, man. Well, the like Black Panther. I mean, it's you know, it's the dark skinned guys, man. I don't know.
Okay, that's what it
You're
was.
taking a chance with that, Daniel. Not
That's why they
everybody's
had to throw
comfortable with
Captain
them yet.
America into the other one.
We're not
They
comfortable
were
with
like,
them
no, no,
yet.
no, we don't make you play as Black Panther. Just like
He
it
needs to
says
be,
this week.
he
They're
needs
like,
to
no,
be a
no, no,
side,
no.
he needs to be a side character. Exactly. He can't be the lead in these games. Then he has to be a side character. Oh, that game comes out
Um,
October 3rd, 2025. Digimon.
yep, yep. And then here's one of our September games, Dominic. On September 30th, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles
That's pretty cool, man. Because
comes out. Yeah.
I always wanted to play the first one. Since I played the second one because when I first got I can't even say Game Boy Advance because that's when I got DS. When I got the DS
Mhm.
Lite, I went to get Game Boy Advance games because I that's a system I just didn't never have.
Mhm.
So and this was one of them, and I played that game and I liked it. I was like, oh yeah, because it reminds me of that game. I said this on a podcast years ago. It's a game on Game Gear, which I don't remember the title of it. I did say in our last podcast because we did find it.
Yeah.
That was a tactics game. That was the first one I ever played, and then I started saying like, "Oh, that's the tactics genre." I was like, "Yeah," and I started was really into it. So yeah, I wanna. And I remember seeing this when Final Fantasy VII came out because this came out like what months after Final Fantasy VII.
I
And
think so. Yeah.
I was, yeah, because I looked at, a Final Fantasy game, and I looked and I was like, oh, this don't look all that good. When I looked at it, I looked at the back of it, I was like, oh, this ain't my Final Fantasy game. I don't know what the hell this is. But now, like now, I will really like it. Yeah. So, and you said when it's coming up? September?
September 30th. Yep.
Yeah. So it has both of them. It has both. Yeah, it has both of those games up there. That's pretty cool. The Iblis, which is funny because like Iblis Chronicles actually is the MMO 11, maybe even 14 if you might include that too. But I know it's like 11, that game, Tactics, the Game Boy Advance game, Final Fantasy 12. I think that's it. I think that's all part of that same world.
Mm.
And there was a sequel to Final Fantasy 12 that came on a Game Boy Advance, I want to say, or the DS. I think it was the Game Boy
Oh,
Advance.
yeah. I vaguely remember that
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I don't think that was a tactics game. I'm not. I don't remember. I mean, I don't think it was all that great either. But I just feel like games like that, you should just stick them in there. You just stick them in
Yeah.
there. It's like, and you ain't gonna, nobody ain't gonna buy this shit again. But you might as well just put it in there to get some appreciation for it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Dominic, another September game. September 8th, we get Baby Steps. That's that game where it's a
Yes,
grown man
about
who
time.
has trouble walking.
Yeah, that's where I'm becoming. I'm becoming like that guy.
So now we got a date for that. That looks pretty interesting. After that, another September game, September
Is that game
3rd, Dominic.
exclusive to the PlayStation? Because this
Baby
is only.
Steps one? I don't think
It's
so.
just yeah. It's just one of those things where they
It's
show
just
off.
been one of
Okay.
those advertised things with
Yeah.
them. Maybe it'll be like we're launching this on whatchamacallit, PlayStation Plus or something like that.
Yeah.
I
We
wouldn't
give
be entirely surprised if that was
a sack boy pajamas. With the
the case.
it's just-
All right, now
he
you
said,
got
hey,
me.
look,
Now I'm convinced.
yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, we keep a sack boy alive. He ain't dead. For
Yeah,
those people who were sack boy fans.
took all the servers down. All right, next up, Hiragami. That's coming out September 3rd, 2025. So you're a little guy that looks like you're folded up in paper. What do you think about that one, Dominic?
um, let me see, because this thing is messed up because it's still saying Final Fantasy Iblis on these time steps. It is not. So they're effing with me here. Because I keep seeing. Okay, yes, or oh yes, this it's a cool. This is like kind of cool animation. And thing is, I'm seeing a few games kind of like that type of stop motion type of
Yeah.
animation. Of course we had like South of Midnight recently, and then there's some games that they showed off at Summer Game Fest that I saw. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's a cool like 3D, also 2D environments, yeah, look like a cool like platformer.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tearaway, the one from the Vita as well, because that
Yes,
had a
tear
lot of
away, yeah.
like paper craft stuff in it.
Tear away,
Um,
tear away, tear away.
After that was Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. That's coming out also in September on the 5th.
Oh, so now they just put
It's
both
another
titles
Hot Shots
together.
game. Yes,
That's why I
exactly.
see Peck.
They did the Resident Evil Biohazard thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I don't know what Everybody's Golf is. I know what Hot Shots is, and they probably heard me. That's what say. Oh, we didn't sell that well because we didn't call it Hot Shots in the U.S. So now we're gonna call it Hot Shots. But
Yep.
yeah. I always see this game. I never did play it, but I used to always see like good reviews for it. But then like when I finally
My
played,
understanding is like those are the same people. At least the people that started the series are the same people that do the Mario Golf stuff. So I could see
yeah,
this just being Mario Golf without the Mario, which is
yeah,
perfectly fine.
exactly. And that's what I was like, because I had played Mario Golf, and I was like, I like that. And then I was like, oh, Hot Shots is probably just like that. It's not boring, and like I probably
Yeah.
will enjoy it.
And now you got Pac-Man in there, so you know who needs Mario when you got Pac-Man.
Exactly. And for years, I thought Pac-Man was a American character.
All right. All right, next up, Dominic, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This is the 2D side-scrolling one. This looks really awesome. I think I'm more excited
Yeah,
about
it
this than I
does.
am about
I
the
want to know if
Ninja
the person
Gaiden
was playing like,
3.
were they really good or can I look that cool?
You will definitely not look that cool. You might look
Yeah, I
slightly
probably
less cool.
I'll be stepping in those spikes like crazy, like then just die.
All right.
I could never. I don't think I ever get past the first level in Ninja Gaiden when I was little. Yeah,
Yeah.
my brother had that game. Yeah, I don't think I got past the first level.
Oh, we'll be able to
And
find
I
out
think,
soon because that's coming out July 31st.
and it's funny because in the one when it came out on Xbox, it took me forever to get past the
Yeah.
first level. Yeah, the first level is really short. And no, actually, no, it didn't take forever. I did get past it, but man, I couldn't get past the next one. That's when I realized, like, oh, this game is hard, and there is no easy mode. That until they put it like, I think in the other versions of it. But I was like, man, that's why I was like, oh, this is not my kind of game. They were right. This is like a real hard game.
All
All
right,
right,
Dominic.
so what we got?
I'm sorry. I can't not comment on this Xbox thing real quick. I just saw
Yeah,
Game Freak's logo. I know
Oh,
they make games that aren't Pokemon, but at the same time, it's
like
just
that yeah, like the
Humbo the
game I played.
badass
Yeah,
elephant.
yeah,
Yeah.
game I still have not finished.
But also, if you're making other games and they look like this, why can't your Pokemon games look like this? What's going on?
So yeah, okay, so I'm saying this Xbox handheld is something like, this is not a freaking game like xCloud shit, right? This is actually, I can
No, it
download
is
games.
basically a rebranded Asus ROG Ally.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, ROG Ally. That's all it is, really.
For $300.
Is that how much did they say that's how much it is?
No, I'm
Or are you
praying.
wishing? You're fantasizing.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Sony. We got Karen. This is coming out November 5th, 2025. This is like a mountain climbing survival game, they said. It reminds me a lot of Jusant, which came out last year, 2 years ago. Looks all right. Looks pretty cool. Could be interesting. Any thoughts on that one,
Okay.
Dominic?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here because like someone messed up on the thing here, and this is the official PlayStation site.
Everything. Yeah, it's bad because it doesn't like there's like 12 games in this section that says it's
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the clearing because I'm trying to remember what it looks like.
It looks
And
like what am I trying to think of? It's got that heavy cell shade around the characters, but like the internal
okay.
textures of them are
wait a
still
minute.
relatively.
And this is it like you move your legs like like individually, or like you move your limbs individually climbing up? Because it looked kind of weird when she was moving her leg.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's just the animation. Yeah, because maybe it is because the way that she moved her arms, I can't believe you just press up and that's how she does it.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to be more than that. It
Apparently
kind of almost looks. I
balance stamina.
It's like almost the animation kind of looks almost like how if someone was playing VR was playing it.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, because that leg was shaking weird.
The leg's wiggly.
Yeah.
All right. After that, they showed off the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. That's coming out this year sometime, and
it's
it
about damn
includes
time.
basically up to 4. It doesn't
and
look
I'm guessing
like
the next one
trilogy, which is kind of disappointing to me. But it does say "and more," so I don't know what all is included and what all isn't.
And more means the next 3 games that came out on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And it came on the GameCube too, right? I'm guessing, yeah. That's what I'm hoping is that they just do what Street Fighter does, and like the next collection will be those games because and like they actually don't just put it up there, update it to be a little faster. But yeah, like look a little better and faster. Because that's what I really wanted to play. I mean, no, I mean this is cool, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not into playing old Mortal Kombat for some reason. That's just not.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I'm interested because it's Digital Eclipse that's doing this, and they're the ones that did like the Atari collection and stuff like that. So I have a lot of hope that there's gonna. I mean, they even show in here like videos of Ed Boon and stuff like that. I want to see all the behind the scenes stuff. And
Oh,
if they
okay,
can
yeah,
weave that
yeah.
into the gameplay the way that I've heard they do with like the Atari stuff, I'd be a lot more interested in actually like playing
Oh,
instead
okay.
of just finding out what's coming out of it.
Or like how that Tetris thing did.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly.
they were showing the history and stuff. And the only reason I never did really get that game is because it didn't have all the Tetrises. It had because licensing and stuff. Tetris
Right.
is everywhere, and that kind of sucks. But it's like I want those other Tetrises still. They're like I
Yeah.
want them. But yeah, if they do that, yeah, that can definitely change my mind on that. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's funny that they show now Daniel on this screen right here. I see deception like
Do you?
on the I'm saying the case because they're showing the wall of all the Mortal
Okay.
Kombats.
Yeah.
And well, you say they don't have trilogy, yeah. But okay, so that doesn't mean anything
They're at
then,
least not
because
advertising. I mean, on this
oh,
wall,
then I
yeah,
ever
they're showing all of them.
yeah, they're showing all of them, yeah.
I mean, I
Um,
think this is strictly like, oh, this is from the vault stuff. I don't think this is showing what games are going to be in there because
I mean,
you tell me like Sub-Zero
it's not showing non.
mythologies, that'd be pretty sweet.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say it's
Uh,
not showing not non.
yeah.
I don't see versus DC Universe or
Versus
whatever.
DC, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it stops at Xbox. It stops at Xbox. It doesn't go to 360. I don't see 360 or
I can't
PS3.
imagine they wouldn't
I do see
advertise.
a 361. I do see, but it's right in the corner here, a 360 one. But what is that? Is that Mortal Kombat 9? Ah, man, that's probably Mortal Kombat 9. I think it is. I think it is. I can't tell. In the
Yeah.
right corner, there's a 360 case.
I don't know, I just
This
jumped
ruins.
back to that immediately, and now I can't find it. Just just being like a minute more into this trailer.
Yeah, so now I'm like, it might not be so now because I know they're not gonna put 9 in there.
Yeah.
I just hope that's not. I hope that's just not the only one. I hope everything else is in there though. Even that Game Boy Advance or Game Boy one I saw,
I
they
think
didn't
the
put all
Game
of it in
Boy
there.
one will be in there the way they showed it
Okay.
off, but
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. I would love for like them to go all the way through like Deception right before 9 basically. Even if this were to be like part 1 of the Legacy collection and they were going to do part 2 like a lot of these
Because they
Street
had the
Fighter
Sub
games have.
Zero. They had Sub Zero.
Yeah.
Um,
Give me the Sub-Zero mythologies. Give me
but just,
Shaolin monks.
but Shadow Monks was during
That was
the Deception
360,
stuff.
wasn't it?
Not 360,
Or
but
Xbox, regular Xbox.
yeah, it was regular
Gotcha.
Xbox.
Give me that as
But
part
this
2. Give me all the 3D stuff as part 2.
they don't have an exact date, but I see 2025. Did they have an exact date later?
Not that I saw, no.
Okay.
All
And
right,
what is
after
this I'm
that
looking at here?
was Project Defiant, their wireless fight stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're which makes sense. I mean, they own Evo now. Like for Sony to not have an official fight stick is kind of surprising
And when is it supposed to
considering
come out?
that fact. So I didn't actually see a date or anything attached to
Oh
it,
yeah,
date or a
I
price.
didn't see a
So
date either.
I wonder if we get like details at Evo or whatever the next big fighting thing
Damn
is.
it.
It
Should have
looks
gotten
like
the
this is
Baffle
one of
Puncher.
those like leverless sticks though, because it's really low profile, and that's kind of what everybody's doing nowadays. So we'll see how soon that comes out because they're even saying that Project Defiant is their code name. So I guess we'll find out maybe within 6 months or so what the name of that thing's actually going to be. All right. After that was more Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. They teased
I
that
mean, it looks
there's the
good.
multiplayer
Looks
in
really
there.
good.
Yeah. And that's coming out relatively soon. I know there's a date on
Man,
there,
him
but I didn't write it
crocodile
down 'cause
is
I think I've already
and
seen it.
that I would think it's a crocodile too, man. I was scared to be scared of shit if I saw some guy. Let me
It
see.
comes out August 28th.
Oh, okay.
We're
Oh, and they got
relatively right
the
behind that.
monkeys.
Yep. They got the monkeys and they
The
got
apes. Well,
maybe the
the apes.
multiplayer
I'm sorry.
from
There's
whatchamacallit.
no tails on them, Daniel. They're apes.
Oh, sorry.
Even though I don't know what
I
kind of
mean,
apes are these, because
it is
I've
Ape
never seen no.
Escape after all.
Yeah, I never seen any apes that look like this.
Yeah, no apes wearing pants with cool glasses. I understand. All right, after that, Dominic, was Neo 3. That's got a release date of early 2026.
I just downloaded Neo because I want to try it. Because I heard it was actually, somebody said it was actually a good story with it. So I was like, yeah, let me try it. And then it's on PC, so I got cheats if it gets too hard.
Yeah. That is the way, Dominic. All right, next up after that was Thief VR, Legacy of Shadow. That's coming out in 2025.
Neo, you actually play as a Japanese person, Daniel.
Wow. They got, the internet got upset, Dominic, so they had to.
They didn't get upset with this game, but
no, that's what I'm saying. They got upset with everybody else. They were like, "Oh, we better."
So there you go. All the people who are very upset with Ubisoft, here you go. You got your Japanese man, an actual Japanese, yes, male. So, bam. Because they don't make enough of these games, Daniel. Apparently,
no, of course not.
They don't make enough of them. The Japanese want to make Italians, then pink bubble ghosts, whatever Kirby is, and giant gorillas. But they don't. Yeah, it's not enough for a Japanese humans. And Link, man, come on, man, that's a blonde dude.
He's a fairy.
A blonde. Is he blue-eyed too? I don't know. What's the color of his eyes?
100% blue-eyed.
Oh, man.
Or are they green? I don't remember. They're either green or blue. Either way.
And I learned from Blue Eye Samurai that Japanese people do not have blue eyes. Not naturally.
All right.
So those cartoons lied to me. Those anime cartoons lied to me. They lied to me that they have pink hair, natural pink hair too.
What is your level of familiarity with the Thief series?
I know that I remember when it first came out. Because I remember there was a dude at my school who was a big fan of it. He was a PC guy.
Yeah.
And, he was very privileged, so fuck him. So I was joking, man. He was a cool dude. He was a Pakistani dude. Because he said I'll play games, but I'm this PC guy. I was like, oh, okay. I said, nah. So I used to be a PC guy until I never got a new PC, so I can't play no new games up there. So, he was like, he's into Thief, and I was like, oh, that's real. He said that's like real stealth and stuff like that.
And it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then once I even played like Splinter Cell, I learned that if Thief is like real stealth, then that ain't what I want. I want Metal Gear.
It's even worse than Splinter Cell.
You say worse or better?
I mean, in the sense of like the style of game you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it was. I mean, it's very like early PC too, right? Like it's
exactly
doing that, but it's also like, I can turn off these lights and put out these fires.
But the new Thief, stuff. I don't know, because I played that demo.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel as hardcore, but I don't know the one that came out
like that Xbox one or whatever, right?
Yeah, the Xbox
360, yeah.
The
one that got ruined by the consoles, Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks more in line with that. Although, I mean,
it's VR.
I'm interested in this. Yeah, it's VR and it might be PSVR exclusive, but I played the demos for Thief.
Fair enough, man. I'm bored. If I put the PSVR just for the PC, they better give me this game.
You know what?
Can't you just play? Yeah. Because you can buy it, you can to the PC.
Yeah, I guess they do have to make a PC version of this game.
Because they don't have a storefront. They don't have a storefront, right? They don't have a PC storefront.
No, they don't. So yeah, I feel like there would have to be. I mean, maybe they even have the logo in there. I didn't see. Um, but I did like the Thief series back in the day, even though it was kind of more advanced than I felt like I was with stealth games back then. But I thought the concept of it was really cool. And bringing this, like resurrecting this for VR, is kind of the perfect fit because, like, what else do you do with the Thief series nowadays outside of just make another one of those style games? Yeah.
Yeah, I
After
guess
that,
that.
Dominic, was Tides of Tomorrow. This is a very colorful game. I'm not entirely
Yeah,
sure what was
I see
going
that.
on in the trailer, but it looks cool. But
Like,
it
is that supposed
sounds
to
like
be
it's
like ghosts, like the ghosts of other characters, and you're
that's what
because
it
it's like
seems like. Yeah.
other players. I mean, like this is what they did,
Yeah,
and
because
I
they're
don't know.
showing screen names over the top of them. They're saying it's a multiplayer story. So it looks cool. I just wonder
Yeah,
what the gameplay actually is and how it relates to like the multiplayer stuff.
and this is VR too, right?
I did not see anything about
It did. You know
VR.
what? It didn't say VR, no, but it just got you in that first
No.
person look. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. After
Tides of
that
Tomorrow.
was Astrobot Dominic. They're coming out with 5 new challenge levels for that. Um, I the challenge levels are cool, but that's not really what I'm going to that game for. So I'm excited to see what they add. And I'm also excited to see what other Astrobots they add because they're adding new ones, of course.
Oh, they got
Um,
Christmas World.
yeah, that's actually out now. That came out around Christmas, and it is
That,
that
that
level's
came out
neat.
around.
It's
Oh, you mean it came out around Christmas? Okay.
yeah, that one's
Oh,
neat because it really it has all of the powers in the one like relatively small area. So it's kind of just like a playground for what you can do in that game in that Christmas level.
oh, so they do got new special bots. Okay, so they got the
Yeah.
Yotad one. That's the one people are gonna hate.
Yes.
Um, oh, wait a minute. They gotta have a whatchamacallit one. The one the bald lady. You know they don't like her either for Naughty Dog.
Oh, Intergalactic.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if they do something that's not out yet necessarily like that. But and that Astrobot controller does look cute. I don't need any more PS5 controllers
I do, Daniel. So give me one.
though. Okay. I'll give you one of mine and I'll buy that for myself. After that was Sea of Remnants. This is an ocean adventure RPG,
Yeah,
apparently.
I see this like dummy drowning.
Yeah, I don't know
I mean,
what's up with
dummy looks
that.
like a. I mean, dummy as in like it looked like it was a doll and it looked like human. It looked like
Yeah.
a normal human. That's the art style of these humans.
It is kind of the art style of some of these people. Maybe not
Oh,
so much like as far as that guy looked though. He definitely looked like he was something
but maybe they
different.
are. Are these guys supposed to be toys? Because look like that soldier. It could be like a toy soldier. I don't know. Has it got the
Yeah,
top hat
but
thing like a like the
yeah.
Nutcracker or something?
It's just what the British looked like back in the days, Don. But this looks it has a lot of Sea of Thieves vibes to it.
Yeah, it really
It
does.
doesn't look exactly like that, but
No.
it definitely looks like someone went, "Hey, Sea of Thieves is selling on the PlayStation. Maybe we should just make our own one of those."
Is
So,
this a
it,
multiplayer thing?
I don't
Oh yeah, this
know
is
honestly
yeah.
because it's an RPG. So
I was
I'm
about to
thinking
say I
maybe
see the
no,
yeah. Yeah.
but
Um yeah, maybe this is our stuff. They're supposed to be like wooden
yeah,
looking
especially once they close up
characters.
on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's carved out of wood. But it looks it's kind of enticing. I'm interested to see where this game goes.
I mean, the only thing in CS3 is that it's a multiplayer game that that's why I can never get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, that world, it seems nice. I just wish it would have made. I mean, I wish it was actually like a single player game with it. But it's yeah, it's I mean, it seems like a great game with friends. It's just not.
Mm.
I can't do that.
After that was Sword of the Sea. This coming out August 19th. This has the very strong like Journey vibes.
Oh, that's what this is called, Sword of the Sea. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
Sword of the
another sea
Sea.
game without the sea, actually.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh
there's
no,
not
the
much
sea.
sea in this.
Well, the sea comes after you do something apparently because it looked like it's a desert,
I was
and
gonna
then he
say it
did
kind of
something, and
looks
then the
like
sea.
you're
Yeah,
in underwater, but you're not. Maybe you're like bringing water back to a place.
back. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. Yeah,
Yeah. But this looks really cool. I wonder what this gameplay feels like when you're
yeah,
surfing
because the
on the
sand.
sword.
Yeah, because like the sand is flowing, and then look, you're on the mountain now with the. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is so. The art style stuff is neat. Oh, look, you can do tricks, man. You do Tony Hawk stuff.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. So that's coming out
All right.
August
Look, you
19th. That
look
should be
like you
pretty cool.
were you riding that killer whale or was it just
It looked
floating?
like you were doing something with that killer
Uh,
whale.
oh
They
man,
also
cool.
teased that FBC Firebreak, the Control Universe game, that's coming to the PlayStation
Oh
catalog
yes.
when that launches on June 17th.
Now,
So,
what do you mean
are
by catalog?
are you interested in that, Dominic? Because that looks like it kind of has vibes of like a Left 4 Dead.
I mean, I'll give it a try. Oh, it's gonna come to PS Plus. Okay. That stuff. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind trying it.
kind of neat if that just appeared out of nowhere as like, oh, hey, this is the thing I've been looking for a long time.
Oh, Deus Ex the
Um,
original was up there on June 17th,
yeah,
and then
and
Twisted
also the
Metal
Resident
3 and
Evils are
4.
coming.
Those are the two. Those are the two bad ones, from what I'm told.
Yeah, exactly. They've already got the good ones. They got to advertise the bad ones at this point. Yeah, Twisted Metal and Resident Evil 2 and
I was
3
hoping that
in
they say
the
something about like,
catalog as
hey, we're
well.
making actually like a PC thing, that with the PlayStation Plus
Yeah,
for
PC launcher, especially if you're trying to sell me
yeah.
on Mist and Riven. I don't want to play Mist and Riven on my console. I want to play it on my computer. What are we doing here?
That's what my dad was playing, man. He's playing both of those
Yep,
games.
the same. Yeah,
I used to
well,
call them
Mist
growed up
mostly.
games.
All right, Dominic. Then one of their big games, 007 First Light. We got a new James Bond here.
Yeah,
Third
I'm a
person
little
action
excited for
game from the
this
Hitman
because
guys.
this is what I've wanted for years. I didn't want another Turtles shooter because I was like, listen, you're not going to get people to like another James Bond like the old one. It seems that way because it seems like you always either I don't know about fail because I just feel like that was something for its time. Because honestly, I don't think it was a good game now. like I think it's a good game by its time, but like I can't go back and play that game. Like I tried to, and I was like the controls are
Yeah.
horrible. Like, like, I mean, it's fun still playing with friends like that, like because you're playing. Oh no, actually no, it wasn't because I tried to play with my friend. I because they made the controls. They didn't
Yeah.
really fix the controls to be moderate controls. It's still like it was playing the Channel 64. So I guess they're trying to say like,
Mhm.
oh, you're supposed to get a 64 controller to play this game so you can play it easily. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Because I had a hard, I couldn't. We was just shooting each other from the side, man. Like we were not hitting each other because we could not freaking control the game was shit. And I was like, this is awful. Why didn't it update the controls, man? Like, I'm sorry, just put a little. You gotta have to put a little work in it, man. I mean, you could have legacy controls, but
Yeah.
dude,
Give me an
come
option to
on.
play like a modern game.
But now, like this, James Bond in like a third person kind of game. The guys of Hitman, I was like, yeah, this fits.
Yeah.
Like, this is something
Yep.
I would want. I would want to play. Like, yeah, this is how like I want to play James Bond. Like I always wanted like a third person game. And they have done it before. It was
Yeah.
horrible. It was
I was gonna
horrible.
say it just
But
hasn't been entirely successful.
yeah, I just darn for this many years you felt like it should have been a good one by now. Like goddamn. I mean, it's goddamn 2025. The 97 is when the other one came out, right? So the one in 64. It felt like between that time there should have been at least one other James Bond that was like, oh, like maybe not first person shooter, but it's like, third person. Because I mean that's reality. In reality, yes, honestly, James Bond shouldn't. mean not that it shouldn't be a first person shooter, but that shouldn't be like the best thing of it. That's honestly should not be the best James Bond game.
Right.
The best thing should not be a first person shooter game because that's not really like James Bond does a lot more than just guns blazing. Yes, he does, but it's not just he climbed and he does stuff. He does stunts. He fights. You know, he punches. It's like you can't really do all that stuff in a first person shooter like very well.
Yeah.
So this
Seducing
makes
women
sense.
has to happen in a third person.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that could be a first person. They got they got the POV porn.
Okay.
That's
All
how I was
right,
joking.
Dominic. After
yeah,
that, they
cool.
showed off a little bit of Ghost of Yote and said they're doing a gameplay kind of deep dive in July.
I don't
That was
like how
very
you just
brief
try
thing.
to cut me off there, but go ahead.
We needed to move on, Dominic.
Yeah,
This podcast is getting long.
we're almost done, right?
We need to
Oh
edit where
shit!
we need to.
Oh shit! This is PlayStation.
No, we're not. All right, Dominic. The big closing finale out of PlayStation from PlayStation Studios. So it seems like this might end up being an exclusive, I guess. In Arc Systems Marvel fighting game, a 4-on-4 anime
Oh
style.
man, this is PlayStation Studios.
Yeah.
You
So I
gotta be
guess they're
shitting
publishing.
me.
I hope they bring it to at least like PC and the
PC.
Switch too,
Shut up.
because maybe they're and the
This is fucking
Xbox,
Switch 2.
Dominic.
Yeah, whatever, man. You just said Switch 2. Get out of here, man.
I'm just hoping they bring it to more than just the PlayStation because they're the fighting game guys now. Like I'm hoping they're like, well, to get as many people playing this game as possible, we need to put it everywhere.
Nah, whatever. They knew Spider-Man, so fuck them. Well, they did put Spider-Man on PC though.
They did put it on PC eventually.
Yeah, I hope this come on PC, but then I don't want to wait. I was like, yo, let's put this out.
Yeah, but this game looks super cool. 4-on-4 seems like a lot. But I
hope it's a lot of Well, I hope it's a lot of characters then.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be. If you're going to be choosing 4 people every time, they've definitely got to have quite a bit.
I don't want no Blaze Blue characters in there.
Yeah, no,
I don't know them. Even though I played the game, I have to have the game.
Give me Anchor Lady. That's the only one that I know. Lady with
actually
Anchor.
No. I have the Blaze Blue Trinity game, which is like a mix of different characters from different games. So, but yeah, I don't want to be like, oh, it'd be like the Blaze Blue. So no, fuck that shit. No, I want more Marvel characters. I want Squirrel Girl. I want I'm glad they showed Storm because that tells you that they got X-Men. Oh man, say that. Take that, Marvel, with your line ass saying y'all. Oh, they didn't stop us from the X-Men, but y'all didn't put it in there. That doesn't make any sense. And I like that they So I want to see definitely see Wolverine. Wolverine's gotta be in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially because this game will be coming out maybe sometime around the release of the Wolverine game, so they should absolutely have some kind of synergy there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this game isn't like straight up flat shaded the way that the Dragon Ball game is. Like, this definitely has some depth to it, but I think it looks incredible. Like, this is what I would want the next Capcom versus Marvel versus Capcom to look like, if possible. Yeah. Which, I mean, who knows if we'll get one of those now that Arc Systems is involved, but.
And and this is how I want a lot of like anything with anime, like to have something look like that.
Exactly. Right. All right, Dominic, let's get into it. Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley's show. I think we can probably run down this relatively quickly. There's a lot that we can kind of just move through, including, I would probably say this first one, depending on what you think, Mortal Shell 2, that's coming out in 2026. Do you remember Mortal Shell 1?
That's a good question, Daniel. Do I remember? I remember the title Mortal Shell.
it was just another Dark Souls like to me, so it
Exactly.
didn't really stick in my head or with me at all. So
I mean, is it a good story with this one? This got a 6 out of 10 on Steam, but I guess it
ooh,
got enough play.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
this is one of those developers that's like, I don't know, like we kind of don't expect that much out of them, so therefore, like they could be making the same game for several years, and
yeah,
everybody's
but I'm
just like
saying
content with that.
people actually bought it. I mean, they got to get some money to still
Bought it
work.
enough. Bought it
Yeah, because
enough, Dominic.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I look at the Metacritic scores. They're like in the 70s, like 76 for PC and PS4, 75 Xbox One,
Mm.
74 PS5. I mean, oh well, GameSpot, IGN gave it an 8. PC Gamer gave it had an 80 out of 100. I mean, that's actually decent scores.
Yeah.
I guess that's the scores. That's the high scores. I guess that were my the 70s. But yeah, this it's like one of those games. Yeah, I don't really hear about. I wouldn't expect the two of this, but hey,
Mm.
whatever. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
Like, are these people American or Japanese who make this game, or European? I don't know.
I was thinking European. I don't totally know, to be honest with you. But if I
I just
had to
want
guess, I
like I
would.
said, I don't mind it being hard like Dark Souls. Like, I mean, I could get past that if it's interesting to me. That's the only thing. Thing with the Dark Souls is it's boring to me. It just like because I want a story. I want to know like what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, and I get it. Some people say like, well, the gameplay is what makes it fun. But see, that's the thing. I don't find the gameplay that fun. That's all for me personally. I don't. I don't have fun with it. For some reason, if the story was good. I think it would make the gameplay feel something for me because just beating a guy hard doesn't do it for me. Like I don't know, I don't get that feel. Like I don't know with Mario on like a hard level and I beat it, I feel accomplishment even though there's no story with it. It's just that type of game. I
Yeah.
don't know why that is. And like, or certain type of games, like side scrolling games or something. If I go through a hard thing and I do it, I feel like, yes, I beat it. But for the Dark Soul, that some reason I don't get that feeling for. I feel like I wasted my time. I almost feel like I need a story with that to make it like, oh, I beat this hard guy. And it means something
Yeah.
because this thing was so bad and evil. Or like, I have to get to this point in the game is so important, not just the sense of just gaming for some with those games. I don't know why that is with me, but that's how I feel. So like I need a story with those games to make it feel something. I think that's why I like Sekiro a little bit better. I mean, I don't remember I could tell you a story now, but playing it felt more. It felt more than your traditional Dark Souls game. All right.
All right.
You can go
Apparently,
ahead.
Mortal Shell developer is Symmetry. I don't know why I can't read that word.
Oh yeah,
Cold
yeah. Coast,
Symmetry,
yeah, man, I
and
saw the
they
name.
are
Yeah.
in Washington. They're in Washington,
DC.
so they are
DC.
American, not
No,
DC.
Washington DC. That's how I was joking. Yeah, the White
Washington, West Coast.
House.
West Coast, Washington.
That's okay.
All right. After that was Fortnite, the Death Star sabotage. That event has happened as of yesterday, as of recording this. So maybe that was pretty cool. And then we saw Death Stranding 2, Dominic, because Kojima is, of course, Jeff Keighley's
Oh, what
favorite
game did you
person.
say before
Although
that?
apparently this was the first time. Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
Death Star
Yeah, yeah.
sabotage. They're doing one of those big events that they
Yeah,
do.
and I
But
heard that
that's over
something
now.
like I heard it was down for a bit. I think it was yesterday. Um, Fortnite. So I know some people. Man, there were some angry kids out there, man. I know that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So they showed off some Death Stranding. Kojima was there. Jeff Keighley said it was the first time that Kojima was actually at the Summer Game Fest. So
Oh,
I
really?
guess he finally
Darn,
convinced him. Yeah.
I
I
didn't.
would have guessed
Yeah,
there every year, but I guess that's the Game Awards. So
yeah. But I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm just glad he got his husband out there right off the
yes,
bat early. So I was like, thank
of
God,
course.
let's get this over with.
So we have something to look for later in the show.
Yeah.
It's not him. All right. Next up was Chronicles Medieval. This trailer was narrated by Tom Hardy for some reason. There's a
That
lot
was
of
really Tom
medieval
Hardy
looking
talking.
stuff. That's what they said.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if he's
and
actually in the game or not.
I
I couldn't
want to
quite tell
know:
if they meant he
is
was
this a
going to be in there or if he
strategy
was just
game or is this a action game?
or is it
Like,
like an action game? Yeah, exactly.
because if it's an action game, it's like, oh yes, like I always wanted like a Dynasty Warriors, like with a whole bunch of just like medieval people, like fighting
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Always wanted something like that. And I mean, there have been other games that have done something similar in the past. They just haven't been that good.
sure.
Like they
Yeah.
just, yeah. But yeah, when I saw that, 'cause I saw like you was just walking through like they had a thing behind the soldier. I was thinking like, yo, is this just like you could just be in the battlefield like that? I said, yes, this is what I wanted. Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah. Um, I mean that's cool, but it's like more realistic. It looked like it's a more realistic type of battles though. I kind of always wanted that with fantasy, like a dragon just breathing down something, or like a big giant troll or something. Like I guess Lord of the Rings. I want a Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
Warriors game or
Dynasty
something,
game. Yeah.
or Game of Thrones Warriors games. I don't know. To do something. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we see one of those later, but it's not that.
Oh yeah, we do see it, but it's a strategy game. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. All right. After that was Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Dominic, they're actually crossing the worlds. This is not just Sonic characters.
Yeah,
Coming
yeah.
again September
We said
25th.
Yeah, we said that. We was wondering that from the first time we saw this, and
Yeah.
because we were saying like, yeah, are they crossing worlds? That'd be cool. They go through like portals and stuff or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is the racing game. Fuck Mario Kart.
You're
This
gonna be
is it.
really
This is
angry when this game comes out at $80, Dominic.
Oh yeah, I will be Daniel, but I will say this: I'll be like, well, if I'm paying $80, it's going to be the Sonic Racing game, not Mario Kart. I can tell you that right now. I would give it
All
to them
right.
if I was doing it.
So the crossovers that we got Hatsune Miku, we got the guy from Persona Joker, and we also got Ichiban from the Like a Dragon game. And then they go like, hey, wait, there's a little bit more. And there's like a whole Minecraft world in characters.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that was cool.
so it seems like they're teaming up with Microsoft here to do something. So like, can you put Banjo in there? Like,
I don't
that would
know.
make sense, right?
I guess. I mean, to remind us that they do still have banjo.
Yeah,
Um,
and to hint back to the Banjo racing game back in the day,
oh yeah, that game.
Banjo Pilot.
They do that or add other characters. I mean, I'm really hoping that they add other game
Should put
characters.
Master Chief in there.
Yeah, from like other than Sega's, like they should get Master Chief. Or from other games, except for Nintendo because they're not gonna let them. But um, they'll let them, but it'll only be in their game. It'll be the Sonic Racing
Yeah.
probably if it's on their console. But like some of the some they can get partnered with either Capcom or something to put people in there. Man, that'll be cool. They can do that.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see, people other than who was expecting to see in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was expecting
Code Vein.
Mitsu, whoever she was, because I didn't know who she was.
Yeah. Yep. Now you do, and now you know what
They need to
what
put in
this
I
is
guess
unlocked.
Space Channel 9 girl then.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Because that's what I was thinking she was. I was like,
Ooh la la.
Is that like a updated version of Space Channel girl? I was like, what's going on?
In a lot of ways, yeah, I think there's definitely like a direct line of lineage there. All right. Code Vein 2, Dominic, 2026.
I downloaded
Do you
that game
remember
too.
Code Vein 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was similar to like some other anime thing. I forgot at the time.
Like
And then when
anime character action. I can't remember what the
yeah,
other one is
and
that I'm trying to think of.
I was like, oh, let me like just read up on it, and that's you're saying like Dark Soul thing. I say, oh no, see that you turn me off when you say that. But I downloaded it just to try it out. I'm going to try it out. These other Dark Soul games because maybe I like them more or something. Even though like I did, remember I tried out Lies of P. That kind of didn't do nothing for me because that was too much like it because then it had no story. Well, there was a story, but everything I had to read and like like nothing told me about the words. Like you got to find out what happened through the world. And when I think of that, I'm thinking like, oh, well, I'll talk to people and they'll talk to me and stuff, and like not talking this freaking off. I don't know how to say it, like an off way where I have to interpret like what they're trying to say. I don't like that. It's like, ah, man, y'all. See, I don't care about telling a story. Y'all just want me to fight hard characters. That mean me hard enemies. That's all y'all want me to do. It's like, damn. Because I felt like that could be. It was something big with that Joe Paddle thing, and yeah, it might be. But I just wish they told the story a lot better. Um, and yeah, I hope a Code Vein does that. And I'll probably try this out since there's a two. I was like, hey, it was popular enough that they got a two, so it must be something to it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'll see how that is, but before I can really get to know what like Code Vein 2 is even worth even trying. I mean, I know for the trailer it looks basic, like it didn't really do much for me. Just the title just said like, oh, that's a part two.
Yeah. All right. Next up, End of the Abyss, Dominic. This is 2026. It's got this kind of claymation look to it. There's a lot of games like we talked about earlier that kind of share this like sort of claymation-y look to them.
Yeah, like some type of stop motion esque. Like they is actually
Yeah.
something almost. It could be real, and they move in it, but it's not in some cases. Yeah. I mean, this looks like this is. I mean, this kind of reminds me of little. What's the little one?
Little
called?
Nightmares.
Yeah, Little Nightmares.
Yeah, I thought this was that other Little Nightmares game that you know the other Little Nightmares people.
Oh
went
yeah,
off
the guy, yeah, the
and
people
made.
who
Yeah,
into
but I
yeah.
don't think this is that, and this is maybe even a little creepier than some of that stuff because here's. All right. Next up, Dominic, was Mouse PI for Hire. That's the kind of old Steamboat Willie looking first person shooter. They announced that Troy Baker is going to be doing the voice for the main character of that. The game still looks good. I don't care if it's Troy Baker or what, but I think it's going to be a cool looking game.
Exactly. It looks cool. I hope it
I
turns
hope
out
it feels good.
yeah.
Up to the promise that it has. After that was Game of Thrones War for Westeros. This is a RTS coming in 2026. So it seems like they're finally doing an actual like AAA style game with Game of Thrones instead of just making another phone game or offshoot game that doesn't star, Jon Snow.
And it looks like you can have basically a different. You can change the story now, like because it has it in this where you kill Jon Snow as the Ice King or whatever his name is. Yeah. I said Ice King. That's from Adventure Time. The Night King. Yeah, it's the Night King, right? That's his name.
Yeah, the Night King.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. They didn't give him like a real name, like
Jeremy, the Night King.
No, but yeah. So I mean, that's cool. Like to see, like, oh, like if they march to I guess what's it called? What's the city called?
Rivendell or whatever, the South. Or are you talking about the main city?
You said Rivendell. Isn't that from something else? That's Lord of the Rings.
It's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Darn, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the city, the one that where the throne is.
The main city, okay.
Yeah, exactly. They if they win and those the Night Walkers or whatever go down there, it's yeah. I mean that's cool. Like strategy game. I mean, if you're in the strategy game stuff, like having that, yeah, I would like that.
All right, next up, Dominic. This one came as a surprise to me because it feels like the first game hadn't been out that long. But Atomic Heart 2 is announced for 2026.
exactly. And now I kind of want to go back and play it now because I
Yeah,
like what I
same.
played. I just didn't finish it, and I and seeing this looks really good, man.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
like I don't know. I'm just thinking like, darn, why did Atomic Heart like I forgot why did people didn't like the first one? I forgot the reason, but it must have did well
Yeah, I
enough
don't
that
remember.
they did a second one, and this don't look cheap. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's
No.
a like yeah. So it looks like they
They're
must
also
have
working on the Cube, but Atomic Universe, which is an MMO set in the Atomic Heart universe. So clearly they feel invested in this world.
yeah. And that cube that seems really cool how they did that. Like how
Yeah,
it's a cube, but it turns almost like a
Rubik's
Rubik's
Cube.
cube, and so but it's different. Like you got your worlds, but thing is, you know how the Rubik's cube turn is that so it'll be mixed worlds. So it'll be like well like mixed yeah worlds together like on that side.
Mixed
So it'll be
biomes, like here's the lava
yeah
place, here's the jungle.
yeah. So it's that's pretty interesting. Like I think that's pretty cool. I kind of wish it was an MMO thing though.
Yeah,
But I mean, if it's free, yeah. But see, if like, I wonder, yeah, man, I wonder what it is. Like, is this
yeah,
pay once and you get in, or it can't be monthly, man? Because I can't believe you can do monthly again these days.
yeah. Not
That's what I'm
nah.
saying. Yeah, yeah. It's either gotta be free to play or pay and you get in, like a thing. It's got to be one or the other.
All right, Dominic. Next up, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. They showed off 2 new characters for that, Rocket and She-Hulk. They said there's 15
I
characters in total.
just don't know this game.
This is
Like,
the
I don't know enough of
side-scrolling beat
game.
'em up.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
It's already out, or this they just showing you
no,
two new characters for the game.
they're
Oh,
just
okay, all
showing
right,
2 more characters because they said the
okay,
roster's 15 and they've only showed off like 6 or 7 so far. So they're just showing off all the people you can
oh, okay.
be
I'm looking at it
in
now.
the game.
Okay, now I remember because every time I hear something Marvel, if it's something, it's I'm just thinking like it's something pay to win or something free to
Yeah.
play, and I'm like, this is bullshit. But this is
No, it's the
actually
Scott
looks like a
Pilgrim
decent
esque
game.
one.
Yeah.
Yep. After that was Onimusha Way of the Sword. That's coming out in 2026. This looks even more like heavily fantasy than my interpretation of previous Onimushas. Like it seems like maybe he's in a
Oh, they were
completely
they were
different
they were they
world.
were fantasy. They were fantasy in the other ones. At least the ones. I mean, I played 1, 2, and 3. I know 1 and 2 definitely were.
Yeah.
3, I don't remember as
I
much.
always got the impression that there were weird like sci-fi zombies or whatever that you were fighting, but I didn't realize like maybe how far out they were. It still felt like it was somewhat grounded in like Japan.
Oh,
All right,
what?
Dominic.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can see. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
All right, next up, this is probably the like most impressive looking game to me so far. Felt that boxing. This is a boxing game that maybe plays like a Punch Out. Can't quite tell, but is
It's just the
puppets
Muppet
and
one.
apparently is
Yeah.
what's that?
Oh,
It's
I
fully
said
rendered in
Muppets.
Unreal. It's if that's not just puppets, that looks incredible.
See, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to
Like I
know.
was
'Cause,
fully convinced that that was just puppets.
yeah, I mean, that's what I thought too. I was thinking like, oh, is this what like a video? And because it looks real. Like if this yeah, it looks real. Like it looks like real puppets. I'm looking at it again, and I'm trying to see the game part. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like how puppets always look funny when they walk because I see this walking in
Yeah.
the back. It looks good, man. I mean, if it's not real puppets, if it's
Yeah.
if this is not real puppets, it looks good. Now, if it's real puppets, then it's like, oh, okay.
You
then
just said puppets. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. After that was Killer In Deception We Trust. This is a 24 player murder mystery game. It looks really cool, like concept wise. I don't know if it's something I'll ever actually play, but I like the idea of it. It's almost like Clue, but also like you you take turns like being the murderer and stuff like that. It seems like you
Yeah,
can
so I
kind of
guess it's
act that stuff out.
like a more fleshed out what's it called? The alert guy. I mean the game that people
Among
always
Us,
play that was on Apple and like the phones and then is on everywhere.
Among Us.
Among Us, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah, it reminds me of that. Yeah, because it's like, oh, you're trying to solve the mystery, but it seems like the murderer can continue to murder people. So,
Yeah.
sneaking
So
around,
that's
taking more people out.
yeah, it's a very cool social game. Yeah.
Yeah. After that was Arc Raiders. That's coming out October 30th. That's a game that's been kind of out and about for a while now in like beta, I
Yeah,
believe.
something I always hear about. Then I'm like, oh yeah,
Mm,
and then I get remember that oh, this is not a game I'm going to play
yeah.
because
Yeah, same.
the distraction shooter is like I
Yeah.
into that.
After that was Dune Awakening. We've seen that again. That's coming out June 10th, though, so we won't have to see this at any more shows, hopefully.
I know,
That
man.
is the
Because when I saw this,
survival MMO.
well, it's this is
The
already out,
gameplay
and I
made
was
it look like it was maybe something different, Dominic.
different. I
And
did.
then it was like, yep, it's the same thing again. I was like, oh man, not this game again.
It was like MMO stuff. Yeah, I'm like, oh man, I'm not in an MMO.
After that was Chrono Odyssey. This looks like kind of a character action game. Looks okay.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I
kind
don't.
of it's kind of one of those games that just blends in with all the other games, though. Like I'm trying to
Yeah,
think
I
of
mean,
anything more to say about it, and I'm like, it's a game, I guess.
is it a Dark Souls game? Because it has that world.
Yeah, I feel like all of them are at this point.
But I seen multiple
uh,
people together though, and I never. I
yeah.
mean, I don't usually
Oh,
see that.
apparently it is a next generation action MMO RPG.
It's an MMO. Oh,
It's an
and then
MMO.
I don't. I don't care.
But we can move on with our lives. All
Yeah.
right, next up, Mio Memories in Orbit. This game looked really cool, and there's a demo out now for it. It's like kind of watercolory and ethereal looking. It's a Metroidvania. I'm into it. I gotta figure out where that demo is so I can download
I
that. Give it
I
a try.
can't get to these games because this don't have a fucking timestamp. The Game Award.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley needs to step his game up.
What's it called again? I mean, you can keep going. I'm just
Mio,
gonna look at it.
MIO, Memories in Orbit.
MIO.
After that was Out of Words, which is
Okay, yeah,
another
that is
like
cool.
stop motion claymation looking thing. These
Yeah,
characters
that
don't
looks.
have any
Yeah,
mouths. And it's
yeah,
a
that looks
two-player game,
interesting.
basically like one of those style things, like a platform puzzle looking thing. That looks all right, even though they
Is
look
it
creepy without
required two
mouths.
player game?
It seems like it's gonna be. I don't know if that means that, if it's like couch co-op exclusively or online. I would imagine it has online, but it definitely looks like it's gonna require two people to play the
I
game.
remember hearing a game, but I don't remember which one it was. They said like, "Hey, you only need to buy it once, and everybody can play it."
I
I
don't
forgot
recall
what
what
game
that
it
was.
was
I
though.
wouldn't be surprised if it was like that, because that would just make sense, following the same trend as those recent Joseph Ferris games. All right, after that, Dominic, we got a new trailer for Mafia: The Old Country that's coming out August 8th. I think I recently heard that game's going to be a linear action game and not like an open world thing, and that was very surprising to me.
Hmm.
I'm not
Yeah,
against it, but I was surprised that they're taking that series into a different direction.
yeah. So I would
All
like to
right, after
go to old Italy. Like like
you're
that
like you've
time
been
of
in
Italy.
Italy enough.
Yeah.
After that was Lego Voyagers. This shares like kind of similar vibes to the one Lego game that everybody kind of praised that was kind of like more grown up looking thing. Can't remember the name of it now.
Mega Blocks.
Mega Blocks, the more grown up Legos. But it has a kind of a cool look to it. It looks like you're going to be like puzzle solving and platforming with Legos instead of like any kind of free build or anything like that. Then we saw Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. That's coming out fall 2025. Looks like it's kind of a isometric view action, maybe roguelike situation with different characters. We only saw SpongeBob in the trailer, but it definitely seemed like there was at least like Fairly Odd Parents involved somehow. Um, After that was Lies of P Overture, which is actually out now. So that's pretty cool if you're a Lies of P fan, getting that shadow drop. After that was Fractured Blooms. This is a creepy game because I was skipping through initially and I'm like, okay, anime girl. And then it turns into this weird like horror game. And I was like, are these two different things? And then when I went back and watched the whole thing straight through, it was like, okay, I'm this anime girl, but then I'm in first person horror stuff. But then I'm like outside farming vegetables and whatnot. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
exactly.
it's
That
super
was what the
creepy.
hell? What's it called? Fraction what?
Fractured
Oh,
Blooms.
fractured. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fractured Blooms. After that, we got our dose of Jeff Goldblum with Jurassic World Evolution 3. Clearly, this series is doing pretty good, Dominic, because they are just pumping these games out, it feels like.
Yeah. No. It's like because those type of games usually just be like you update them, right? And they
Yeah.
just giving you new ones.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. After that was Mina the Hollower. This is coming out October 31st. This is the new game from Yacht Club Games, the Shovel Knight people. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, that game looks cool. They're still
Yeah.
using that 8-bit type of style, like between 8-bit and 16-bit or whatever.
Yeah, this one they said is inspired more from like Link's Awakening. It started out as a Kickstarter game. So I did fund that, I believe, and been waiting for a release date on that. And I'm excited for what that ends up being. I hope it is true to what they kind of expressed initially with it. So yeah, I'm excited that that finally has a release date. After that was Deadpool VR. That's coming out late 2025 to the Quest 3. Apparently, Neil Patrick Harris is doing the voice of Deadpool
Yeah,
in
that's
this.
it. And he
Yeah.
was he the voice in the game, right? The first Deadpool
Oh
game.
yeah. No, it was not Troy Baker, the older one, the one that did
Oh,
Nathan Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him that did that older Deadpool game.
So what did Neil
Uh
Patrick Harris do a voice? He did a
Neil
voice of
Patrick
somebody.
Harris did Max Hazard or Matt
Yeah.
Hazard, that really bad game back during like the Xbox 360. After that was Dying Light the Beast. This is coming out August 22nd, 2025. This is another one, Dominic. Is this supposed to be like a asymmetrical multiplayer thing?
Is
Or
this
am I getting
asymmetrical?
the wrong? No, I'm asking. Like, are you
Oh
familiar with
no, it's a
these
first person
games?
shooter. It's
Okay,
a
it is
first
just
person the
an
zombie
extension
like
to
Dying Light. Yeah.
extension to the Dying Light. Okay, I thought it was maybe like an offshoot from Dying Light into like that attempt, like an evolve attempt or something like that.
I think it's a oh you mean okay. Now it might be a story, but I haven't played Dying Light 2. I never played it, so I don't know how is that connected to the Dying Light 2 story. I don't know, but it is Dying Light. It is part of Dying Light though.
It's an it's open world action survival horror. Okay. After that was Mixtape. This is a game we had seen before that looks a lot like sort of like Life is Strange, sort of like the newer ones that have come out that have been similar to Life is Strange. As a cool looking vibe to it. I'm interested to see what that ends up being because from what I heard, that one that came to the PlayStation, it was like the spiritual successor, I guess, to Life is Strange. Didn't really hit that well, so I'm interested to see if this one does any better.
Oh yeah,
After that,
what's it called again?
sorry, Mixtape.
Oh yeah, mixtape. Yeah.
After that was Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. This is a roguelike game coming September 13th. Not much more to say outside of that. It looks fine. It's anime roguelike. Then there was this next one, Acts of Blood, which is coming out summer 2026. This reminds me a lot of like Sifu. It's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, sometimes with weapons, sometimes not. Has this very like gritty look to it. Thought that was interesting.
Oh, okay.
And then they had Scott Pilgrim back, Dominic. Scott Pilgrim EX. This is
Yes,
coming
that looks. Yes.
20X5, which theoretically is this year or 10 years from now.
Or
I
20 years
can't
from
quite
now.
tell if this is just the same game with like some extra stuff. I saw a lot of stuff that I didn't look familiar. I didn't
Oh, I mean,
wasn't
I
familiar
thought
to
it's
me.
it's a whole new game. I mean,
Oh, okay.
because yeah, I didn't see. I mean, I mean, I remember that
Didn't see
game.
anything
So
that looked
I
like it.
that
Yeah.
was nothing. That was nothing. Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting then. I'm wondering what they're
Oh,
doing as far as
that would
like
have been
telling a
cheap.
story with
That would have been so cheap.
that. I mean, they pretty much already have done that, right? So yes, it would be very cheap. Like we got you excited to come back to this, and now we're gonna give you
Yeah,
some
it's like you already
nonsense.
bought the game back. You're like, you got it on. Either a new game or get the hell out of here.
All right, next up, Dominic, Mind's Eye. That's of course coming out like this coming week. That is the Leslie Benzies former Rockstar guy game. I I don't know that this is gonna hit nearly as hard as maybe Leslie Benzies is hoping. I don't see anyone really talking about this
I
game.
guess I have to say because it's coming out so soon, and I was like, oh damn, I forgot about this game. Um, I don't
I
know.
think
I mean, I
that's
hope
gonna die a quick death, I think.
it's gonna be. I just feel like it's going to be one of those games that's just like I'll see cheap for years to come, and be like, if people are like, hey,
Yeah.
this is, and see a video or something like that. Game was actually pretty good. Like something that came back, it came out in 2025. They said you can get it for $5 now. You know, I feel like I'm gonna see like a video or something like that of this game because it's
Hmm.
like, darn, they're doing Hitman. I mean, they're still doing Hitman. First like James Bond coming out, and this Mind's I like I this totally like I actually to tell you the truth, I don't even remember. I can't remember seeing this. I know I did, but
Yeah.
I just can't remember it.
Because
I
it
mean, I
showed
hope it
nothing
turns.
interesting. It was like a car chase scene with like maybe some future tech or something like that, but that's about
Yeah, I
it.
feel like, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is like a third person action or something. Is it? To some like if it's more than that, it's like darn, I sure didn't give it justice, do it justice. Didn't seem like something. Yeah, you didn't. Like I'm looking at the launch, the official launch trailer. I mean, oh, this is the first one. Like, what's the? I need to see the first trailer. Like, what was it that? Because it didn't stick with me.
No, it wasn't stick worthy. All right. Speaking of Hitman, Dominic, since you mentioned it, they're doing a crossover with Casino Royale and Mads Mikkelsen, his character, La Chiffre, his bad guy in Casino Royale. He is
Mhm.
going to appear in Hitman, so you can try and assassinate him for a limited amount of time. Obviously, the Hitman guys are the guys working on 007 First Light. So this is a fun little kind of holdover for people looking forward to both of those games.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
After that, they showed off Lego Party. This is coming out 2025. I didn't really see what this is gameplay wise. I would assume maybe like a Mario Party style thing, but they were advertising like how many different minifig configurations you can have and all that stuff. Um, doesn't seem too interesting to me though. Next up was Blighted. This is coming from Drinkbox, which I am a fan of that developer. They did like Mutant Blob from Space for the Vita and stuff, Guacamelee. That's coming soon. That's the only release date they had. And it looks like it's like a roguelike Hades like isometric
What's
kind
it
of
called
thing.
again?
Blighted.
Okay.
So I am interested to see more on that one. After that was Ill, which just kind of looked gross. Like it was like these
It looks
weird
ill. It looks
giant babies.
ill. Sorry,
It
stop.
made me ill. Like weird giant babies attacking you and I don't know, just really weird imagery that looked way too like high definition. I did not need to see those things that way. After that was Mecha Breakers, Dominic. This is another one that hopefully this is the last time we see on a Jeff
Oh
Keighley
yeah, this is
show because
nasty,
I'm pretty
Daniel.
sure that
Goodness
comes out
gracious.
soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what the fuck is
it's
this shit?
gross. It's gross.
Like, no, I don't want to see that thing. No, if that thing chasing me, oh my god. And you said Mecha Breaker.
Yeah, Mecha Breakers after that.
All right, go ahead.
After that was Infinitesimals. Infinitesimals is coming 2026. This looks a lot like Grounded, but like mixed with some future tech, like Space Marine type stuff. That has potential, I guess. It looks more unique than Grounded. I'll say that. As far as like when I say it's like a Grounded thing, it's because it's like a little person in a big world type thing, not because
Yeah.
it looks like Grounded per se. Capcom had a trailer for the next season of Street Fighter 6 characters, starring Kenny Omega dressing up as the different characters, including Sagat, Sea Viper, Ingrid, and Alex. That was kind of weird. Just 'cause very muscular man dressed in a very cute girl, schoolgirl outfit for Ingrid. It was amusing. After that was Last Flag 1970. This is a capture the flag online third person shooter set in the 1970s. Has kind of a cool look to it. It almost reminds me of like Team Fortress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After that, Wu Chung Fallen Feathers. This is a game, Dominic, I could have swore released already. Initially I wasn't going to put it on here, and then I realized no, this wasn't whatever game I thought it was. Maybe I thought it was like Wo Long, because I
Oh,
could have swore that was like Wo Long Fallen Feathers
it's,
or something like that.
so is this Wu-Tang Clan? Oh yeah,
No,
the
this is
Wu-Tang
Wu
Clan.
Chung
Oh,
Fallen Feathers. But they did follow
yeah.
that up with Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver, which looks pretty awesome. The gameplay that they showed looks a lot. It looked a lot like Hi-Fi Rush to me, as far as like the stylization and the action. It didn't seem like you were doing it to a beat or anything, but just as far as like a character action game. But they're calling this an action RPG, so I am intrigued to see what this ends up actually being. I know there has been long rumored a Wu-Tang game coming out of Microsoft, and I don't know that I saw a developer or publisher on this, but the style of it definitely looks cool. I'll say that.
Yeah, I gotta see it because this is the part
It's
of
coming
the
from
show I didn't
Brass
see.
Lion, that's what it was. Which I think Brass Lion is related to like RZA or something like that. But I think it's presented by Ghostface Killer or something like that is the way they called it. But yeah, it seems like it has potential despite being like something that just feels like something they just tack the name of something onto. After that was Into the Unwell. This game looks a lot like Cuphead, but in a 3D world. It has that very like old school cartoon
Yeah,
vibe to it.
yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks interesting. After that was Splitgate. Splitgate 2 just came
Two,
out, and they
yeah,
announced the battle royale for that being
and it's on
available
Game Pass
now.
also. It's a free to play game,
Oh,
but it's like easy access. You know, the Game Pass, I guess.
right.
Um,
I've seen people upset online because the guy that came out and announced this had a make first person shooters great again hat on that was styled in the vein of a "Make America Great Again" hat, except it was
But
black,
why
like
is
the
that
line.
bad though? Is this a joke of the Trump hat?
See, but that's the thing, like, you don't initially know, like, is it a parody or, like, is he trying to make a statement? I mean, obviously, I feel like if it's on Jeff
Oh, I
Keighley's
see what you're saying.
show,
Oh yes, I
um
see what you're saying.
but, because I will say this, like, he also does come out and go and talks about how, like, "Oh, Call of Duty's overwrote, and this game sucks, and, we wanna Titanfall 3." So he's, like, making these criticisms
He's
of
saying. Oh, okay,
yeah. So
okay. See, I
there's
didn't. Yeah.
definitely and of course, then he came out and was like, "I wasn't trying to make a political statement." It's like, but with that imagery, like, you know what you were doing. Like, don't all these people that like to
Well,
dance
just like
around this
Elon
stuff.
Musk didn't know he was doing the Hitler sign. Like, come on,
Exactly.
Daniel.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. I'm not
didn't
even saying
know.
like what he did is that far, but like everybody in video games excuse that like, oh, what I'm doing isn't political or isn't politically motivated. Like, you knew what you were doing as soon as you got that hat and made it in the same exact font with the same exact words besides America being replaced with first person shooter. Like, either you were hard leaning into the parody of the politics or you were hard leaning into I'm gonna kind of get a rise out of these guys, by saying, oh, I'm gonna make first person shooters great again. It's kind of gross either way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, yeah, because the idea is that what is it that first person shooters are doing now that we want them to do again,
yeah,
look, that we don't want them to do, and what was the
right.
ones in the past doing? Like, what
I
is
wanted
your
to go back
game
to
doing?
Doom. Oh wait, there's a Doom that's already doing that.
Yeah, like what is it? Like, that's what
Yeah,
I want to know.
especially when
Like,
like you don't want to make America, you don't want to make first person shooters great. Well, you wanna make them great again, but you wanna make them different. I get that point because, like, there is some staleness to all of them right now, and I think
yeah.
the idea behind Splitgate is actually pretty creative
Oh
as
no,
far as, like,
yeah. From what I,
adding
yeah.
Portal, mechanics
So
to it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
That is
like,
cool.
starting that conversation with this is kinda ew. Um, After that was Project Century. This is now called Stranger Than Heaven. This
Like,
is the
making
new
first person shooters great again is a better way of saying it, because it's like
Yeah.
it's not really even saying it's bad. It's probably just saying, like you said, stale. Like,
Mm.
it's just kind of same, but we're
Yeah, we're
making
trying
it
to
like
change.
a fresh. Yeah, we're
Alright,
making
Dominic,
it.
so
Yeah, yeah.
next
Um,
up, Project Century. We had seen this previously before. This is the Yakuza developers, the Like a Dragon developers, doing something set in Japan in the turn of the century. Um, what'd you think? Is this still looking pretty good to you?
yes, yes, it is.
They didn't
Because
really show much
I'm
in the
trying
way of
to
this
remember the
show.
game, Daniel. I'm trying to remember the
Yeah.
game. What is this game called again?
Project Century or Stranger Than Heaven, I believe, is what they've changed the name to now.
Oh,
Now that they've gotten
oh,
it out
it,
of project status.
yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm interested in it. I mean, it's definitely different. Like, this Japan, I guess. What year is supposed to take place? I don't know, but he's wearing like a fedora and trench coat
Yeah.
thing. You know, that's interesting. Was it in Japanese? Because no, he's speaking English.
Yeah.
Oh, they're speaking English. Wow, that's good. Then I really like
Now I'm really looking for
it.
they're putting the production value in. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
Dominic.
about time. I need them to, man. Because, like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like, listen, those people who like it, they got the option to change it.
Yeah,
You got the
exactly.
option. Is that, yeah, man? Because, like, come on, man. I can't.
Give me the
I'm
option
trying
to
to be
listen to
watching
it
them.
the way I want to. All right, Dominic. the final thing Jeff Keighley had here, Resident Evil 9 Requiem, coming
Okay,
February
so that was the last thing
9th,
because I was
2026.
because this is
Yep.
a bunch of extra stuff at the end of this video, I guess. Because I was very
Yeah.
confused. Because I was like, I could have sworn Resident Evil was going to be the last thing, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, but no.
Yep. Resident Evil 9. It seems like you're playing as a new character.
Oh, it's
The name
Requiem,
sounded
Daniel.
kind of familiar.
It's
What's that?
Requiem. It's Requiem. I didn't see the non-flash.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, so it seems like you're like this FBI field agent or something like that that's going back to the scene of her mother's murder, which is in Raccoon City potentially, because they show like the crater of where they
Oh, so she's
bombed
not
and
related to I was thinking that was the daughter grown up.
her last name sounds familiar.
I don't
So
I don't know the character. I don't know the character in the new games, so I wouldn't even know. All I know,
because you were thinking it was the daughter from I
Yeah.
don't, because I think her name was Rose.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what the name of this woman was. But yeah,
Tula.
the name sounded familiar, like it was something related to the series already.
It was in
but I haven't
Redfield
really
at the end
seen
there?
a lot of. No, it wasn't Redfield.
Well, the last name we got Lionheart. Leon. Oh, well, what's Leon's last name? I said Lionheart. What's Leon's
What
last
is
name?
it? Leon. What is it? Jeez. Kennedy. S. Kennedy.
She wasn't a
Ashcroft
Kennedy?
is her. Yeah.
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft is her last name, and I want to say Ashcroft was like one of the doctors or something like that. Okay,
Oh,
so
was it
one
a doctor
day
that
go
turned
from
to the monster?
Resident Evil, from the Resident Evil subreddit. Eliza Ashcroft died, was killed investigating the connections theory. I have not played Outbreak. Oh, maybe it's connected to Outbreak? But quick research tells me she was investigating Umbrella. In Resident Evil 7, she's quickly mentioned investigating the various disappearances linked to the Baker House incident. The Connections, a shadow organization who A, somewhat likely has previous Umbrella Umbrella organization members, and B, more likely now know what happened to Umbrella, and just so happened to notice one of the people responsible for Umbrella's downfall is on their trail. Naturally, they don't want their experiments to come to light, so they lure her to a place with a false informant and kill her. That's all I have, really.
Yeah, so her first.
Okay, so she's just
this Outbreak, the online game. That was her first appearance.
okay.
Darn, they can't pick it like another. They can't pick another character like someone game people actually played.
Exactly. But yeah, it looks like Resident Evil stuff in this trailer, you know.
Yeah, like the daughter from 2. They couldn't use her like because, well, her father turned to that monster. Like he was the thing that was kind of chasing you somewhat. He wasn't the T, of course, the big T guy, but
right,
yeah, but he was the monster, and his daughter was there. I was like, why couldn't it be her? Actually, I don't know. Maybe something did happen to her. I have no idea.
All right, Dominic, those were the shows. Were you more or less impressed with either of them so far?
More or less.
Who's
I don't
winning
know.
E3?
I mean, I think. Well, I mean, I gotta wait till these other guys to really say who won E3. Between the mixed show with a lot of things, and well, Jeff Keighley's show and the PlayStation one. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think they both showed something that interest me. I mean, the big thing for PlayStation was definitely the fighting game, which was their last thing on the show. They're going to have something on Yotai, so I understand them not showing too much on that. And I guess they're going to wait till Yotai, I guess, to show more on what's the other game that Naughty Dog is doing? What's the game there?
Oh yeah, what is that? Intergalactic Planetary.
Yeah.
Planetary Intergalactic.
yeah, I guess to do that, because I do want to
Heretic
see more of
Prophecy.
that, to see what that is, because I'm really hoping it's not linear. I'm really hoping it's not.
Really? Well, yeah, I guess I get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, I
You're
mean, I
hoping
don't want
it's
an
not
open world.
another one of those games.
Yeah, because there's a game. It's just like a movie. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't like. I don't want to play those anymore. Like, because
Mm.
I don't get nothing from them anymore. Because then I can just watch it. Like, I used to say I can just watch
And
it,
in
but I still
5
wanted to
years, you
play
will
it.
be able to watch it, Dominic.
But like, I used to say like with was it Nathan Drake games, Uncharted, that like I can just watch it. I still wanted to play it though. I was like, I still want to play. But now at the point in my life that no, man, like if it's gonna be so linear and like the gameplay is just okay, it's not gonna do it for me. I'm not gonna be into it like that. I don't know. It has to be something. It has to be. It's got to be something more. Like it got to be the gameplay. Has got well, the gameplay has got to be really good. Like it's got to be like how what's we call this kind of was linear. The Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a linear action game, but it was. I had fun playing it. It was fun playing that game too. So see, thing is, well, Nathan Drake games. I mean, I had fun at the time. At the time, I did. I don't know what you can do. You got to do more for me to make it so that it won't get stale. Also, now I can give it to Last of Us that it was the stealthness and stuff like that. Thing is, I don't like that kind of game. That's for me. I don't like that kind of gameplay.
Right.
So you already got yeah. That's not really good on me, but that does keep it somewhat fresh. Though I mean, it doesn't. I don't know if I can say it can be stale. I'm not. I can't really say. I didn't really played it, but I don't. I feel like yeah, that's not stale. Just don't. I'm not big on stealth. Um, but yeah, I just want to know what the gameplay is because like I if it's just like some action stuff like it could be nice action going in, but if it's I don't know, it's got to be something more. I feel like it's got to be something more to it than that. Um, mm, it's got to be something to keep me coming back for the action too, because the story, like yes, I'm a guy who's big on story, and I do want the story, but if it's a linear game now, it's like man, then I can just watch it or something like that. I don't need to go buy it. Like I would want it. Like it's something I would want for free. Like I like it has to be a Game Pass game or something. It has to be something that I don't go pay 70 to $80 for.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Um,
All right,
but
Dominic.
oh no, I mean the Marvel was a big thing. Like the Marvel fighting game at Arxis was really big. I'm trying to think though. Like, was it something that really I was like, man, I really wanted to play like that. I want to get my hands on this. I don't know. I'm not saying anything's bad. It's just something that's really kept in my mind. Um, I'm not sure, but like, what about for you?
For me, there wasn't really anything like huge. I mean, Resident Evil 9 is cool because it's just one of those big games. Um, but I don't really know if I'll end up playing all that much of them because I haven't really played all that much of the latest ones. Atomic Heart 2 in a similar fashion. Like I never really
Oh
spent
yeah,
much
see,
time with
that
that
made me
first
want
one,
to
but
go
Atomic
back though
Heart 2
to
looks really
Atomic Heart.
cool.
I will
Yeah,
say that
same.
that made me want to go back. Yeah, so I kind of because I was already downloading the Code Rain and
Mhm.
Neo, and then I was like, oh man, I say maybe I should have done only Atomic Heart. I know it's not on Game Pass anymore, but I know it's probably cheap somewhere.
Yeah.
So it just sucks I got to start over again because it's not that I like. It's been a while since I played it, but it's not that long that I think I can remember what I someone did. But yeah, it kind of sucks too because I wish I had a better freaking GPU. Because it did run okay on the 970 I had. But I can imagine like okay, it'll run a whole lot smoother now. But darn, I don't, unfortunately. But that's where I really have to invest in. I really have to invest in a new GPU, so I can play some of these games. Because some of these games going to require RTX, even though I'm not going to be using RTX because I'm not going to have a monitor
Yeah.
for it. But at least I don't plan on to. I don't plan on getting a new monitor. I don't really care about getting a new monitor for some reason. I mean, I guess I could hook up to my TV.
Yeah.
So if I really care, but I don't. For some reason I really don't.
Astrobot levels I'm excited for just to see what they do with those. But again, them being like the challenge style levels instead of just like full new levels or something like that.
Yeah.
It means I'm going to play them once and that's going to be about it. Mortal Kombat collection, I think it will be cool, but really it's going to be like what's that behind the scenes stuff that they come out with. And Thief VR looked cool, but it's just not something I'm ever going to play because I don't have a PlayStation VR and my VR is out of date at this point, I feel like, so it's not really going to ever never going to experience like some of these newer games.
Well, yeah, and I finally just turned VR back on. Yeah, because they've done quite a few updates up there, and I think it's even a little buggy. I probably have to do like a reset now. But I tried out the just the app, the MLB app, and like they changed it, and I was like, let me see, watching a game up here, did they do anything different? And like it looks different, and I was like, oh, it wasn't all that great. I mean, it was cool that you was kind of like in this room, and then you can see like the field, and so you turn the game on, they kind of put the people's names and stuff on there, like who's at bat and stuff, and that was cool. But thing is, it was always buggy. It wasn't perfect, and it's kind of like wasn't great. Now they kind of changed it where you really like wherever they're playing, like the home they're playing in, like stadium, that's what you're in. And they have like auto tracker or something, like where it tracks what the players are doing. Because I remember watching my phone when you do that, like even the players like just walking around, they have like a silhouette of a guy doing that too. Now in the VR though, there isn't a silhouette, but it's just a like a dot, but it's still moving, like in the space where the guy's moving. And then like if the ball hits, it seems like this only worked in a recorded game. I don't know, where I can see the trail of the ball of where it's going. But in a live game, I can't see the trail of the ball, but I can see like the ball hit is being like, and you see the guy running, and you're watching like you have the actual game screen too on. Now this is the first time me watching it live. One time I was watching a recorded game one time, like some recorded game, and I was saying, "Oh, this is cool." Watching it live, it looks like it was more of like a delay. Like the stuff that was happening, like on the field, was happening before I saw it on the TV, and so like I see the guy running, so oh, something must have happened, and then I see it happen. But it was still cool. It's still cool. I mean, I think it's still all right, like to be in that type of environment and stuff. I was like, oh, cool. Thing is, it sucks because I can't do the Orioles games. I mean, I think I can probably put Surfshark on my VR to. I think there is a. I think I saw somebody say you couldn't. You could that put Surfshark in there for VPN, so I can able to watch Oriole games or something. But it's always been every now and then I do that on my like TV to watch Oriole games, but sometimes it frees up for some reason, like something's happening, and then I gotta stop. I just didn't feel like going through that, so I was like, I'll forget it. I mean, if I want to just experience it, I'll just watch a recorded game if I don't know what happened in the game or whatever. But I mean, I thought that was pretty. That's a pretty neat feature that they got in there. I might eventually, with other coming weeks, is do actually more active VR because trying to do some weight. So I was like, hey, might as well hook the VR up and play some games up here, man, and so I can do some stuff. So I'm trying to see, and that the Deadpool game, it doesn't say, I didn't see up there it say Meta Quest 3 only because I see it advertised. Yeah. I see it advertised, and I was like, when I was on VR 2, I mean, I'm on the Meta Quest 2, and I was like, this is not Meta Quest 3 only? Like, what's going on? I thought that would be Meta Quest 3 only. So are they still making I guess they're still
They
making
want you
some
to buy
games.
it, and then once you buy it, you find out that you can't play it on yours, and they're
You
like,
can't
ah,
play, yeah. But I'm sure like there's still game, yeah. That they're I know they're still making games for both that can still work on both. But maybe for some games it's like it'll play better here, but it still work. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be good for them just to totally move on all the way
mm,
for all these games because it's still a lot of people bought that stuff during the COVID time, right? Like
yeah.
those Quest 2s.
Now, this on Marvel's website, the headline is Marvel's Deadpool VR coming exclusively to MetaQuest 3 and 3S in 2025.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
this is made by Twisted Pixel. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that.
Okay. So they should that's false advertisement then up there.
Yeah, I
They're
should get
definitely
this off my headset.
I mean I can see why they advertise it, but I'm saying like I was looking at what do you need and it didn't
Yeah.
say what quests.
It should tell you immediately if you can look at that in your headset, it should tell you immediately, hey, this will not be available for your headset. But
Yeah.
if you would
It should
like
just
to
be up
buy
there. It
this,
says for
then you
Quest
can
3.
buy it.
Yeah. Say for Quest 3 only. Like on a little side tab thing. Like when it's like when you see the title of the game and like you
Yep.
see something on the left corner or something or right corner says for MetaQuest 3 only or something like that. It's like, okay. I know that, yeah, I know that's out. And I know you're advertising it. So let's just tell me. Because yeah, I was shocked. I'll be shocked if some of these like these newer bigger games be on both. Like, nah, like smaller ones I understand. All right. So yeah, so for you, nothing it was nothing really big that really stuck out to you. Just the biggest
Not
thing is
crazy.
probably
There's
you
stuff
the
to
Mortal
be
Kombat.
excited about, but yeah, nothing
Yeah.
nothing that I'm like, whoa, mind blowing. Let's go.
Yeah. I didn't get that. I mean, I didn't get that last year, but I think I don't know, I'm more I want to would I say I'm more excited for games than last year? I probably am. Maybe I am. Some of these games. I think I am.
Feels like there's more to be had in the like higher tiers, whether it be
Yeah,
AAA or even like AA indie style
than last year,
things.
definitely.
It's just like an overabundance of things. And, this is before the Xbox One, which, just kind of cruising through the Xbox One, it seemed like they had plenty of stuff. But at the same time, everything I saw out of the Xbox One, it was another instance of them showing off more new stuff that I have no idea when it's going to come out and not talking about any of that stuff that we've been waiting for a very long
Oh,
time.
see, and that's the thing. It's like you remember that Xbox showcase or whatever you want to call it that came out like maybe like 4 years ago now, 4 or 5, and it showed off like it showed a Fable, it showed off the dark
Fable,
I'm about to say,
Everwild,
what's it called? Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
I mean, like I don't know anything about those games anymore, and
Yeah, like
um,
what the hell?
yeah. So like, where are they? Like, I hear about Doom, the new Doom game. Is like, wait a minute, this is I hear about this. That's new. Like these
Yeah.
other games been talked about for years. Now for Doom, I wonder how much they didn't have to do a new engine, right? They probably used
Yeah,
the still same. So
exactly.
I
That's
mean,
just
yeah, I'm
iteration
sure.
of the last thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
sure.
let's get some of
Yes,
these Doom guys on one of these other games. Let's get these projects
I'm
finished
saying,
up here.
but still, as uh, but still, as a person, as a consumer, though, that is that's still weird. Still weird. Like that doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Like okay, you can make the game easier, fine, but
Doom 16
where's
still
these
had
other
to come out
games?
at some point to walk so the rest of these games could run. So like what's going on here?
Yeah, it's like what? Where's these other games? Where
Need
are
some
they?
closers.
Like you're like I'm seeing an announcement of you bringing back like freaking Gears. You bringing back the Gears that we already had, and I get it. Yeah, you're bringing it back, and for the other everybody else to play.
Selling it on
But
PlayStation.
I feel like something like that. It's like nah, man. You tell me the date of that game, and you tell me the date of the next Gears too. Like I know when that's coming out.
Yeah, because I know just from what I heard, he mentioned Gears E-Day at the end thing, but just skipping through, I didn't see anything for Gears E-Day.
No.
So like what are we doing here? No Perfect Dark, no Gears of War, no Fable, like what's going on?
Like I should see something for Fable, man.
You show me Hollow Knight Silk Song again and you don't give me a date? What are we doing here?
Like so
I know
like
that's not their
Fable.
direct control
Yeah.
necessarily, but don't put it in your show then.
Like I feel like Fable, because y'all showed it a few times. I want to see that game. Like Perfect Dark, I ain't see enough of it. And I mean I want to see some more, but it's like I feel like Fable should be further along then, so I should see something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I should see somebody at least holding a controller doing something, playing a demo, man. By now, I should see like a demo, like somebody playing a demo, like some literal gameplay, not some that this is definitely look like gameplay, and then you see people arguing over that, and it's like, dude, we literally don't know, and now it doesn't even matter because there's no console wars are dead, so now we just should be just arguing about just games, period. Like yeah, PlayStation's about to come out with Ghost of Yotai, and that wasn't announced until what last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on. You gotta
In the
go.
last
Now
6
now you
months or
have
whatever it
now
feels like.
Xbox have had games that have been announced and came out since, but
Sure.
I don't know any PlayStation games that have been announced for years and hasn't come out. Like the problem with PlayStation, you just don't know. We don't know what the fuck's coming out. We don't know what they're doing, really. Um with you, we have the outline. We saw that you were working on these games. Where are they? Like it's something bad. It's just not good in another way. Like PlayStation was. I mean, now we know of a few games, but there were at a time that it was like we're quiet. We didn't know what was coming out. While Xbox, we knew what was coming out. It just never came out. It's just like it's just we either way you don't have the thing, the game. But now PlayStation got Yotai. We know they're gonna do the Galaxy game, but for Naughty Dog, No Wolverine's gonna be coming out. So that's three. Xbox. I mean, you got more, but we don't know where they are. Blade, the Blade game.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, you have that
Now you're
too.
just reminding me of more games that they've announced, and we have no idea where they're at.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Shadow dropped some game. I mean, that's good too. Yeah, but I was like, yeah,
And this isn't to say like, oh, we don't want the transparency and knowing these games are in development, but like an occasional blog post or something here and there where it's like, we're still diligently working on this. We plan to maybe show you this mid next year or something like that. All right, Dominic, anything else before we get into new releases?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Let's run these down real quick. We got Disney Illusion Island that's now out on the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S.
Yes, is it updated for the Switch too?
I don't know that it is. I don't know that they've done anything for it, but I also don't know that they needed to. I mean, obviously, I guess if you're like trying to output
That's
4K
not
or something like that.
ain't about need, Daniel. They just need to do it, and it's free.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Elden Ring Night Rain, that's out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S.
That's the multiplayer, right?
Yeah, that's the multiplayer one. Seems like people are fine with it. I haven't seen like super high reviews, but I also haven't seen anything
That's a
like
super
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Bravely Default. This is when we start getting into the Nintendo Switch 2 games. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD
No
Remaster.
game on the cartridge, people.
Pretty much. We got
That's
one,
yeah, that's what people
Cyberpunk
think about. Yeah.
2077 Ultimate Edition. That's the only one. We
That
got
does have
Civilization.
the that huge fucking game on the cartridge.
Yep.
It's
They got that huge game on that huge cartridge. Civilization 7. Then we got Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. We also have Hitman World of Assassination Signature
what's the upgrade?
Edition.
$10? Is it $10 for Civilization?
I think
was it
so.
free?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what I had seen. And then you got Hogwarts Legacy for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Was that
Kitsugami,
$10
Path of the
also?
Goddess. I don't know what the
Or
upgrade
do
for
they even
Hogwarts
have an
was,
upgrade?
honestly.
I wonder if they even have an upgrade. They probably
I
just say,
thought I
"Nah,
had
man, you
read
gotta game
somewhere
again."
that they did, but honestly, it feels like if you bought that game for the Switch 1, you should just be given a free upgrade version of that game.
I just want to know what it
and
plays like. Like without you doing doing the upgrade, what does that game play like on the Switch 2? Or is this something that's locked that they would have to
the
unlock?
same, just ugly. Yep.
Because what
Bigger
is that
screen.
rumor? I saw it. I don't know how true these things are, man. Like some things pop up on timeline, and I read that the Pokemon frame rate lock is up there, and they're charging people to unlock it, but it's up there now. Like that's not something they have to do. Like from their side, it's already there, and you can just unlock it. Like that's rumor, and like people are angry about that. It's like it's like this is not something that we need to put money. We need to pay you for if it's already in the.
I mean, if
on
it's
the
already
cartridge.
something, it's probably one of those things where they're like, "Hey, I was able to do this in an emulator, right? And why
Yeah,
can't you just let me do that
that's
on
what
this
I'm
system?"
assuming, man. Because that's the only way you can,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I would figure. All right, so we got Sonic Cross Shadow Generation, Street Fighter 6, Yakuza 0, Director's Cut, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. And then when we get into the new games, we got Switch 2 Welcome Tour, as we talked about earlier, Mario Kart World, which we talked about earlier, and Splitgate 2, which we also had mentioned earlier. That is out on the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and S. And those are our new releases,
That's not
Dominic,
on the
for these
Switch.
past 2 weeks. That is not out on the Switch, not yet, at least.
I'm gonna see
We're
like
kinda
MLB
spoiling.
25 on Switch 2. Like
I am interested to see what that game ends up looking like. If they do
oh, here we go.
this
Someone on
year
Reddit said a big improvement. You gotta pay $50 for the upgrade. Sorry, I was joking. So I've done all right. Blah blah blah. Anyways, got the new Switch 2 today. I'm excited to give it a spin on the new system. And wow, is this the game the rest of you been playing? I know it's still a port of the old version, so forth. But oh my, has this change hitting? Haven't messed with online still, but started a Computer versus All Star. The first thing I played, it felt like the pictures were in slow motion. Check. Oh, these things not good. Wait a minute. Picture was slow tracking.
So this
Pictures
is
location
the regular
and so much.
game played on the Switch too?
Yeah, my timing was completely
Okay.
off at first on the new console, and I was very early on everything. Once I adjusted, I kept launching and nuke after that. I suspect it's probably even better on a more powerful console, but I'm super happy. Oh, he's saying because your timing is going to be different. Yeah, because now it's smoother. You're
I was gonna say more
expecting,
frames,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Somebody said, and I heard that there is a planned switch to MLB The Show 25 being released soon. And
Interesting.
somebody said, where did you read about this? Exactly, because I never heard about it
And I
either.
read it in my
But I mean,
mind.
I'm not looking for it, but still, I felt like that is something to be announced, and they shouldn't waste
Yeah.
their money on. Honestly, they should just like if it runs okay, just
Wait till next year.
put it in. Then yeah, just do that.
Yeah, do an upgrade and then wait till next year.
I'm totally impressed how smooth the gameplay was. The ball and players movement was awesome, but it is just me, or since the beginning of the new season yesterday, there's a downgrade. It's better than Switch 1, but not at all as day one on Switch 2. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean that's good, man. That's good then. That like those games are
Yeah.
played better.
That some of them are just playing better right off the bat without anything extra.
Yeah.
Right? Time to wrap it up,
All right.
Dominic.
Yeah, we can wrap it, man.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic's at DStallworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. We are also on Blue Sky at superpod.com, at regulusmb.sky.social, and at DinoMans at DominicStallworth.bluesky.social. You can also check out the website. It is superpod.com. It has all of the links to all of the previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon, Audible. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later.